What is the deal? What's happening, everybody? You back for another episode of the Turf and Rundown Show, man. Today is a very, very special episode, man, because finally the Raiders have their direction for a GM, for a head coach. The vision looks a little bit more clear. So now we're here to talk about it, man. Turf, how you feeling on this Thursday?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling excited, man. I'm feeling fabulous. The bombs will be getting dropped today when it comes to having that talk about free agency.
That's a fact.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. That draft is looking good, but before that draft, right? It's kind of like college ball now, right? We don't have time for the youngsters just yet. We don't have time for the high schoolers. We got to get in that portal. We got to get in that portal.
Yep. And salute to everybody in the chat, baby.
Exactly.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Vic, how you doing? Dyson, what is the deal? Chili, what's happening? War in the building early. So we getting it in early, man. We're gonna have some great conversation. But before we do that, make sure you guys are hitting the like, hitting the subscribe button. You guys are doing y'all thing when it comes to helping Turf getting his 1,000, right? He almost there.
Appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it.
Let's keep it growing, bro. Let's keep it going, right? Let's keep growing. Let's keep doing the thing. And also, you already know, man, much appreciated for everybody that does help me grow the channel as well. But you already know that, man. Much love. But we're going to go ahead and start it off like this. So like we say all the time, during the season, we do turf talk. But it's not the season right now. So right now, we have the Raiders status report, right? Okay, so basically, we are just going ahead and taking the state of what's going on in the nation. So I know I gave a video yesterday after the presser, right, from Tom Telesco and AP.
Yes,
gave my reaction. What's your reaction to it?
I mean, the guy continues to wow me with his passion and the way he speaks. I like the fact that he definitely tries to keep it, right, professional, if you will, but at the same time, you can still hear and feel and see that hood out of him, and that's what we need. Like, I don't think people understand football is not a nice sport. It's not a nice game, and I don't know why people think you would want to be a nice person. You know what I mean? So you got to have that edge. Again, that's something that he knows, he understands, and he walks that fine line the way that he's doing things right now. So I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm ecstatic. Telesco said all of the right things.
Right.
I'll give him his props. He absolutely voiced things properly as well for himself, right? I mean, let's keep it 100. He definitely made it very clear that AP wasn't his choice by saying AP was his choice, if you will.
Right.
I think everybody knows what I'm talking about there.
No,
so,
exactly.
Yeah,
because realistically, this is Mark Davis's hire. You know what I mean? Mark Davis 100%. Decided to hire you boys. So it's not like Telesco with the Chargers.
Well, is it though? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's back up.
I'll let you cook.
Because we do understand that Sandra, right? Kelly, right?
Okay.
And Big Man. I don't know why I keep drawing a blank on his name.
Seymour.
Richard Seymour. They were responsible in part of the hiring of the coach. That was what the panel was for. And I get what you're saying, but I think that, again, if you noticed in that presser, Mark got up, did his thing, but left. You know what I mean? Right. He's not sticking around. I don't know any other way to continue to just keep, just giving him his flowers and props he deserves right now for realizing I need to step back and let these people do what needs to be done for this franchise. So I think it's all right there in front of us, man, and you can read between the lines to see where things are going.
Right. I fully agree. I fully agree. To me, I said it yesterday, just honestly, you could tell the experience Telesco has just from the previous GMs we've had, right? I don't know what it is, but when he speaks, you can kind of tell, like, I done been around the block a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I done
absolutely.
You know what I mean? I done did this job for a little bit. I know it come with ups. I know it come with downs, whatever the case is. But you could tell with him, I don't know, maybe it was just me. But, with the Chargers, he was tasked with the job of finding the head coach. To me, kind of see like, thank goodness I don't have to do that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it just looks like, bro, I met AP. I know he gonna lead the locker room. I could tell the energy. Bro, it feel like he's like, thank you. Like, I just got to do what I got to do, which is scouting, which is drafted. And then he answered a major question for me, which was, what's going to happen to the scouting department once you go in there?
Right.
Because I continuously highlighted it, right? Like, if you get a new GM, he's going to have a new philosophy. He's going to want to do things his own way. So how's that going to work? But he said he was going to conform to the scouting department, which makes me think that Champ is staying on to some capacity, right?
Absolutely.
But, you know, at the end of the day, his philosophy might be different, but him saying, I'm going to see what they're doing, conform to them, see what's going on, and then maybe mix in a little of my philosophy here and there, you know. From there, I think it will make things make sense.
Yep. I agree. I mean, I think we are set up, you know, with a power team, but a legit power team where you have your specific lines drawn in the sand and people are going to be held accountable and responsible for their duties, and specifically their duties.
Right.
And that's what I love about what's being done. I give you shout out, right? Shout out to Rundown. You know, you get down into the gritty details, man, and learning the actual job description, right, of the G, right, and really giving us the full-blown details of exactly specifically what people are going to be responsible for. Makes things a lot easier to understand. So
because I feel like when you don't understand it, that's when you start to create, you know, the division and start to create the panic, right? Because you're like, oh my God,
becomes,
you know what I mean? Like, when you really look at his job at the Chargers, you're like, bro, think about it. He's doing 3-4 things that a GM, okay, like if you want to task him with doing it, it's not smart. You feel what I'm saying? Like, from an owner perspective, it's not smart to have your GM pick the coach, evaluate the talent, and do all this other stuff. It's not. You know what I mean? It's proven that it's not smart. So when you look here, it's like, okay, take that as hands, bro. You ain't got to pick the coach. That's straight, bro. You know what I mean? Okay, he had problems with the cap space. Oh, no, you're not doing that. We got a dude that's pretty good already here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when you really look at it, outside of the John Gruden tenure, the Raiders have handled their money pretty well. You know what I mean? Outside of Gruden, the Raiders haven't really done, like, as of recently, done bad with their money to me, you know.
Absolutely.
But I definitely think the more you take out of his hands, and now that he can focus on his strength, which is player evaluation, you know what I mean? Talent evaluation.
Correct.
From there, we might see good results. And I mean, hey, as a Raiders fan, this man has a history of good high round draft picks. What have we not been able to do in years?
The good high ones. Exactly.
Rest our cage, Turf. You know what I mean?
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, man. And the other thing I don't think people are really understanding, which is going to be a huge advantage, he's coming from the division. He knows this team better than any other team outside of the other two teams in the division. He already knows what we need.
Turf. And let me say this too. Let me say this, Turf. Harbaugh, and we're gonna talk about it a little later because we already know Harbaugh went to LA, and we're gonna get in depth, right? But understand, this first year, you think Harbaugh getting rid of all 75 dudes on that team? Understand that, right? Whose roster is he going to go mess with over there? The dude we just got. So Charger fans can spin it how they want to me, right? It don't matter to me, bro. Charger fans can spin it how they want to. You think they act like Jim gonna get rid of all 75 guys that are there right now, bro? A majority of that roster is built by Telesco, and they over here celebrating and all that he's gone. Get out of here, bro. Stop it.
Exactly.
The IQ. So I want to see what OJ Raider said right there, because this is important, and I think this is kind of a lot of fans, honestly, when I saw it. I'm not impressed with his track record. It's okay, and we're gonna go over his track record right after this. We're gonna look at his draft history. We're gonna go in detail, right? And we're gonna show y'all what we kind of talking about. But he said, I'm not impressed with his track record. It's okay, nothing special. But I'd be lying if yesterday's pressure didn't win me over a little more. Okay. And I understand it. I mean, because you hear the professionalism, like you said, you know what I mean? Like you can tell it's experience, something that the Raiders had in the front office in a long time. Like,
correct.
You know, when you at a company, you can tell your boss know what the hell he doing. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, bro. Like, you know, there's a comfortability. All right, bro. Everybody can ease up a little bit because he done did this already. So we got the rookie, but we know we can lean on him for experience.
There you go. And that's where I think these decisions being made make the most sense. Shout out to Sam. So, I mean, that's the thing. Everyone's talking about, you know, you got people saying, well, why does he have these old guys coming, right? The Coughlins and the Marvin Lewises, again, for the experience, right?
Man.
Because if he doesn't have those type of experienced people around, guess what's going to be said the minute we run into problems? Because we absolutely are going to run into problems, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if y'all think all of a sudden now it's just smooth sailing and we become the Patriots overnight, you got another thing coming. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done.
And honestly, like, I like what's going on because in the higher level, let's say the executive, you know, player, whatever, relations, whatever the case, you got all the OGs, right? Which, like me, I understand, right? Like if I'm in a position, if I have, you know, anybody that I can have help me as an advisor role, I'm gonna get my OGs, of course. Why would I get somebody that's my same age? I'm gonna get somebody that I know that has helped me and at the same time can lend me wisdom, right? But when you look at the coaching staff he's assembled, and I don't know if you've seen some of the coaches that we've signed over the past couple of days, but we signed one DB coach from the Jets, and this guy has been there since Sauce Gardner, since that DB room has elevated, right?
Correct.
So that's a great hire. There's another guy we hired from the Steelers, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Safeties coach.
Safeties coach. And look at the job he's done with Minka Fitzpatrick and all that. And Trayvon Merrick is now going to take that leap, which I believe he will after last. And I was a Trayvon, I don't want to say hater because I was not a hater, but I was watching closely, right? Because I expected a lot when we drafted him. So I think now last year was a very, very good step in the right direction. So now I think it's time to take that leap into that top 10, top 10 range. You know what I mean? That's where I can see it.
I agree. I mean, we should be top 10 across the board.
Yeah.
Again, and that doesn't mean, right? That doesn't mean playoffs either. I mean, you can be top 10 and miss by a game. I mean, it can happen. I'm just saying it can happen.
I won't be mad at 9 games.
I mean,
I won't.
We hoping we win every home game, right? We hoping this is the year we turn things around, and that's 10 games.
But we got 10 home games. Exactly. We got 10 home games. So you need to win 10 games.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see what War got going on for us today. Telesco will use Ziegler scouts same way Ziegler used Mayock scouts, year 1, year 2. Telesco will make changes where he deems necessary. Right. But it does sound about right. But I think those scouts are more in tune to Kelly than they are.
Oh, for sure.
That's the whole point. You know, he's absolutely going to use him because, you know, Champ is still the assistant GM. And I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, that's not something that Telesco is particularly that great at anyways. So again, if you look into the details, he's not known for his free agent picks or things along those lines.
And we got to get into that too.
Right, because that's where Champ can flourish for us. He absolutely can flourish in that scenario. And, you know, focus his efforts on the things that are necessary in the blind spots as well as the weaknesses that Telesco has.
Correct. And shout out to our TS brother Leo, man. Shout out to the guy. Leo, I don't get it either. And this is my thing. You guys have to think about it in this sense. If you're not, as a businessman, as somebody who's running a business, if you continuously do the same thing that's losing your money, you're a bad businessman. You're not
Absolutely.
good. You're not good. And I understand that it's football, but me and Turf and I have said this continuously, right? Once you get to the NFL level, it's no longer just football. It's just the reality of it, bro. Like, you just can't play the game and enjoy the game. Like, you're not gonna do that, bro. It's business because money's involved, and everybody knows once money get involved with something, things get sticky, right? Things get
Absolutely.
sticky. So at the end of the day, bro, like, think about it. As a businessman, he's continuously hired rookie GMs, rookie head coaches, and has lost money. So at this point, I'm gonna do something different, and hopefully it works, right? Because it ain't been working the way I've been doing it the past couple times.
Absolutely. And I mean,
so I'm not mad, bro. It is what it is.
And again, it's showing maturity as an owner. I don't
Thank you.
understand. I mean, the man is putting things in place properly. And I'm going to think that it's not him. I'm going to be honest. I'm telling you, I think the man built a panel, and he's out of it. He's not only showing it, he's doing it again at the press conference. He's gone. He's out.
Factual.
So
actually,
yeah, it's all showing, man. I mean, the guy is grown.
Everything's coming on the up and up right now, man. It's all getting on the up and up. And we're gonna talk about OCs too. I mean, bro, we got a jam-packed show tonight. But because it's a lot going on, man, within the nation, man. It's a lot of good to me, man. I think it's a lot of good to me. I agree. Federal, what's the deal, man? I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel as good as I did, but even before we hired McDaniels, I feel a little better. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember that off season, I was like, okay, we can do some things, but this off season, I don't know, man. See, like, we got some juice, man. We got some juice. Right. Jonathan, absolutely. What's the deal, man? Run down your show, right? TT is a great hire. Wait until you see what GM Harbaugh destroys that roster is going to be worse than what Rudy did. Hey, man, and that's the next thing, right? I understand some people were mad about Harbaugh. Look, bro, I didn't want a coach that was GM and head coach either. I didn't want that.
Right.
I'm
exactly. It's a problem. Again,
yeah, look, I didn't want that.
It's a problem. Bottom line is, I mean, this is why the Patriots failed miserably, in my opinion, at the end. You know why? Because as a 70-year-old head coach, GM, scouting guy, and everything else that Bill was doing, it all fell apart. It all fell apart, and you never heard about anybody else taking over those roles and responsibilities, but they were being taken over. And what was happening is Bill was being briefed as opposed to Bill being at scouting combines, etc., knowing what he's looking at. Now he's just listening to the scouts that he's hired, and he's like, all right, give me the rundown. And I mean, things started obviously drastically breaking down. They couldn't draft a wide receiver to save their life. So, I mean, yeah, it just goes to show you that it doesn't work. One other quick thing I'll say, everybody wants to, multitask. It's already been debunked. There's no such thing as multitasking. Something is going to suffer multitasking. More than likely, everything is going to suffer because you can't focus. So bottom line, it's great. And that's why I love what we're doing in the front office. We're mixing experience with youth, some vibrant new minds and fresh ideas that I think can be a potent mix for the future.
I agree. I definitely agree. So talking about Telesco, right? We're going to go through his draft history. All right. And we're going to see what he's done. Now I have a statement that I think is true and prevalent to football, but I'm going to wait until after we go through the history, right? So, because this is what people are telling. So, right here, right? You go through round one, okay? Justin Herbert, I would say that's a good pick. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Turf, and I think people forgot this, okay? Charger fans continuously tell me, he takes whoever's available, whenever. If I remember correctly, Justin Herbert was not some highly touted prospect. All right. There were question marks about Justin Herbert. He was not coming out and everybody was so confident and everybody was like, oh my God, he's going to be the same dude that we look at him like today. Wrong. All right. That was a swing. He could have easily missed on that. So I don't want to hear that. Easily could have been a miss and would have set them back. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. You know how I keeps it real. When they picked him, I was celebrating because I thought he was going to be shit. I'm not even going to lie.
Correct.
But boom, here we are now, right? Good pick. That's a good pick. So we go through. Kenneth Murray, that's a bad pick because he traded back into the first round for that.
Yeah.
That's a bad one. I don't like Kenneth Murray for real.
No, I'm with you on that. He wasn't.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
Not to trade back into the first round for like nah.
Right.
Jerry Tillery
though.
It's not a good pick in the standpoint that it's a first round pick.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he's with us now. You think he would get cut? I don't think so. I think likes Tillery.
Right.
And Patrick
Graham. He's growing. I think he's doing well. I thought he did pretty well considering.
I'd bring him back. I would.
Yeah.
Derwin James, I would say, is a very good pick.
Obviously, yeah.
Very good pick. He just has injury concerns, but that's not the GM fault.
Solid.
Yeah. Mike Williams, solid pick.
Solid. That dude, if he didn't have injuries, we'd be looking at him going for a jacket.
Exactly. Joey Bosa.
Going for a jacket.
Joey long-nosed Bosa. Yeah, I think this is a good pick.
Oh yeah, Joey Bosa was a good pick.
He can't be mad.
Melvin Gordon, good pick.
Yeah, but he's not even on the team.
Injuries, bro.
Yeah, he's not even on the team no more.
Injuries and running back. You know,
that's
only
if you really notice, what the hell is going on with his draft picks and the injuries? Like, what the hell is that?
Right.
Are they snake bitten, or is like this man does this man not ignore the injury history altogether? Like, I don't understand.
Good question. No, that's a good question.
Because it's a I mean, look at Jason Verrett, like another one. If Jason Verrett didn't get like perpetually injured, like he was pretty nice.
Right. No, I agree.
DJ Fluker.
Man.
Yeah. But I mean, out of the first round, it's not bad, right? You hit on more than you miss, and of course you're gonna miss, but you hit on more than you miss. That's all that really matters to me.
Right.
So most of the dudes that you look, if injuries don't rob some of these guys, you looking at a pretty good list. But I mean, either way, still like it's part of the game. But the guys that he's drafted are still with the damn team. That's most of what we can say.
Exactly.
Now you look at round two. Nasir Adderley, he's not in the league no more, right? I think
Denzel Perryman, he did a hell of a job for the Texans.
Yeah, that's a good one. Nwosu is a dog. I like Nwosu.
All day.
I like Nwosu, so that's a good pick right there. Hunter Henry is a good pick because he has some pretty good years.
Yes, absolutely.
The guards, that guard is trash.
Yeah, Lampy.
Yeah, that guard is trash. I'm not feeling that. Teo pick was trash. That was bad. Yeah, that was bad.
Trash pick.
I don't even know who the hell Atachu is.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to do for that one.
So far, I'm not gonna lie to you though, Turf. He's 1 for like 4, like 1 for 5 on these linebackers. So it ain't a good trend.
Right. Not for linebackers. But this is where you have Patrick Graham.
Right.
You have Antonio Pierce.
Right.
You don't have to worry about him drafting. And again, so this is the other thing. We understand it's not good on the defensive side, but we have that on lock. We need
our guys on defense.
Prowess. Exactly. I'm trying to tell you, there are so many things when you really start to dive into this that it's really chess.
Every question that comes up, you kind of have an answer for so far, right? So far, every question I've had about him, like the Telesco hiring,
yes,
the questions have been answered so far.
100%.
So realistically, right? We talk about the linebackers, not good, but then you look Antonio Pierce, Patrick Graham. Will they be able to evaluate linebackers like you're saying? So that's a good point. Right. But just looking at Telesco as an evaluator, you're seeing, right? So far, his linebacker isn't good, but his DB talent is top notch. Like that, I like the way like his DBs look for like Nasir Adderley was a miss, right? But then when you go to round 3, right? Yeah, that was a big miss. But I mean, Verrett, I liked Verrett.
Verrett was good. Verrett was good. Yes.
Right. I
thought Verrett was good too.
Derwin James, if injuries don't rob him of some lean years, you know what I'm saying?
After the third round too, it's literally a crapshoot.
Right.
That's
And
the
then,
round,
I know we keep going. Oh yeah, exactly. So this is what I want to talk about, sir. I'm so glad you said that. See, we in tune right now. And shout out to everybody in the chat. But this is why I'm glad you said that. Because everybody continuously tells me, oh, he's trash. He's hired no depth, or he drafted no depth. Am I wrong, Turf? Or is a coach not supposed to develop said depth?
100%. 100%.
So,
the GM has no bearing on what happens to that player after he's drafted, other than the fact that he's gotten everything he actually promised, if you will, from a GM's perspective. Once he gives that handoff, it's on that coach to get that man to play the best he can play every day.
There you go.
Point blank. That is exactly what a coach's main, first and foremost job is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, bro, so this man is supposed to draft, and after he drafts, he's supposed to develop the talent as well. Then what the hell is the coach doing? Like, it makes no sense. Right? When people give me that argument, because I'm like, bro, that's not even like a football argument. Are you understanding what you're saying? Right? Like,
not even at practice every day like that.
Thank you. And it's like, they're like, oh, after the second round, you know what I mean? He doesn't get anything. And yeah, you can find your eventual gem, and we're going to see the third round right here, which really there's no gem except when you look for Keenan Allen, right? That's the gem of it all.
I was about to say, if you don't consider that a gem.
Right, that's the gem of it all. But at the end of the day, you're like, okay, from the third, like you just said, from the third round on, it's a crapshoot, bro. Like, you don't know. That's where your coach comes in. And now your coach is supposed to develop these guys. Now, eventually, you may get the Max Crosbys, right? Or you may get somebody of these natures in the later rounds. You may even hit on a Tom Brady, luckily, right? Just stumble upon it. But it don't happen all the time from the third round on, right? Nope. So when Charger fans tell me that, I'm like, bro, so what coach have y'all had to develop any type of talent? You tell me, right? You're on your damn fourth coach, and I don't know how long, bro. Now he's a good coach, but either way, all the coaches previous wasn't developing no damn talent. No. So how they gonna tell me about depth, bro? You wasn't gonna have no depth because your coaches are trash.
I don't disagree, man. I don't disagree. I mean, you see, Chris put another huge one out there. He absolutely found Austin Ekeler as an undrafted free agent. Are you kidding me?
Come on, bro.
It's an undrafted free agent. Are you kidding me?
Right. Now, look, obviously he has his misses. He has his misses, and we're seeing it right now. Look, like the guard positions, he's not very good at drafting guards. Like, who is Chris Watt? Who's Dan Feeney? You know what I mean? Trey Pipkins was a starter this year, so you got to give him that. Right. Trey Pipkins was a starter, so you give him that. But then you go to round 4, Joshua Kelly. Right, he's or whatever. But the fourth round right here ain't bad. I'm not even gonna cap. There's some starters in here.
I was just gonna say,
Drew Tranquill is nice. You know, he with the Chiefs right now.
Yes.
Kaiser White is nice. I like Kaiser. I wanted him last offseason.
Where's Jenkins at?
Jaguars.
That's what I thought. And
this is who had that pick against the Cowboys last year.
Yes, they got
I like him. Yeah. And then, you know, here we go. Another miss at the linebacker position. I don't know who Joshua Perry is. Exactly. So we're seeing the trend of what he can't pick, for real.
And the beautiful thing is it matches what we need, meaning that we don't care that he doesn't know how to pick defense. We got that on lock.
So linebacker was a hit here. See, look, bro, I'm telling you, his DB picks, his DB selections are good. They're good. Because look at the 5th round right here. He got Desmond King in the 5th round. Desmond King starts for Houston.
It's crazy.
Now, the 5th round, like you said, I mean, come on now. It's the 5th round. So we're like, what are we expecting to see? But Scott Quessenberry and, you know.
Right.
He like we said, the interior ain't good, but thankfully we already have a center. And I'm not talking about Andre James. Dylan Parham moving his ass to center immediately,
effectively.
You go to the 6th round, right? Can he get some talent here? Alohi Gilman starts for them.
That's so 6th round.
Another
round.
DB selection, right? Another DB selection. He getting.
Yeah, he's
I
getting
don't know who
busy.
this linebacker is.
Me neither. I'm assuming not good. He's not
No,
good.
I mean, come on, 6th round.
Yeah, it's 6th round exactly.
Derek Watt was pretty good, fullback.
Yep.
Not bad. Look at Phylon. Some of you people in Raider Nation love Phylon.
Correct. He was balling at one point.
So y'all got to go ahead and swallow them words.
Inconsistent.
KJ Hill. Don't really remember too much of KJ Hill. Cortez, bro, I don't know who that is. Justin Jackson, don't know who the hell that is. We had Rochelle for a brief period in time. Yeah, I mean, 7th round. So at this point, we going through the history. How does that make you feel?
I'm fine with it because the holes that he has and where he drafts won't even be an issue because they wouldn't allow him to make those mistakes. Period. I mean, come on, man. Our head coach is a defensive coach. He's
factual.
It's no reason to even question that. That's why you go with this pick as far as a GM. You don't want a GM that knows defense. That's the last pick that's the last GM you want. That's where you now want to start to butt heads, right? Think about it.
Yep.
Both people are alphas and think they know what they know on the same side of the ball. That's a recipe for the disaster. When you got a guy that knows his strength is offense and he's running with a defensive team, it's a match made in heaven. It's a match made in heaven. Yeah,
it's fine, bro. Like exactly what you said. Are you talking about he take the best player available? Beautiful. Beautiful. Do what you're supposed to do. Why as Raider fans when the draft come around should I be sweating? Right? Why should I be sweating? We should be sitting here saying like, all right, bro, we know our GM at the very minimum. If we don't get the player that all of us want, right? Very minimum, he'll get somebody who he's supposed to get. Not a guy that we're like, who? You know what I mean? Damon Arnett, like what the hell is that? Why the hell would you do that? A waste. We just completely wasted draft picks.
Yep.
See, look.
Bro, Telesco, a beast that drafted, reminds me of Al Davis. He gets the best player in the draft and takes chances. And I mean, that is what Telesco does. He's a chance taker. He absolutely has no problem going all in, if you will, when it comes to beautiful game of poker. He's going all in. He's putting all his chips in, as they say. No problem.
Oh yeah, Leo, you are a Notre Dame fan, man. I know we had to go through that Teo thing, man. He looked good in college, though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that girlfriend thing was bad, bro.
It was not good.
It was bad.
It wasn't good at all.
Draft our future QB, and if he does that, then everybody don't care, right?
Hey, well, and the thing is, again, that's why he got brought in for the offensive side of the ball. I swear to y'all, I'm telling you, he got brought in to figure out a way to draft Daniels. Period.
Have to. And OJ Raider, I kind of somewhat agree with you here. A lot of these players had injury track records in college, so to look over those injuries and still it is, bro. Because when you look, I mean, you could say like, oh, it don't matter, but it obviously matters. Like when you look at the list of it, it's like all of them. Goddamn, like, are you snake bitten with injuries, bro? Like, what are you seeing?
Yeah, it's a valid point, OJ Raider. Valid.
So from this logic, should we expect Michael Penix in a Raiders jersey next year? He ignoring all this history.
Hey, that would be par for the course. I'll put it to you this way: if we don't jump up, right? If for whatever reason we just don't jump up, and Penix is there at 13, I see him taking him.
I'm gonna tell you, Turp. I think he falls to the 2nd round now. I do.
Wow. See, I think Knicks falls to the 2nd round.
Him too. Both of them.
Okay. No, I yeah.
Because I just think there's a gap. Like when you go from the top 3 to the other ones, like it's a gap. It really sucked for the FSU dude, the Florida State guy, the Jordan Travis. Because I actually do like him. I'm not even gonna lie. If he was healthy, he'd be in the mix. He'd definitely be in the mix.
Right.
But somebody gonna take a flyer on that because he hurt. But at the end of the day, yeah. I think we need to go ahead and get that franchise guy.
100%.
I mean, and I do want to bring this up. I do want to get your thoughts, right? I'm not even going to say anything. When they asked Telesco and AP about the quarterback position in Aiden O'Connell, what did you get from
that? I'll be the first to admit it. They're not confident. They 100% understand and know that this kid is a project. He's a project, and the reason he's a project because he can't move, and you just don't know how much he's going to be capable of grasping and being capable of using what he's grasping in order to get himself out of bad situations. I personally saw a lot of great growth. I'm really going to look into this. I swear and maybe somebody will get to it before me, but I can assure you guys, you got to remember, the game of football is also called by the game of inches. And I'm telling you, you can see this kid go from literally no chance of not being sacked or doing something stupid with the ball to now stepping away, throwing it away, getting it out of his hands. I mean, you saw the progression. And all I'm saying is I get it. We're just in a different era. He's not going to get the chance. Not unless he stays on our team and we allow him to get that growth and stay in the second to third position. But they definitely don't believe in him. They know he's got a lot of work to do, and they're going to go get a quarterback. Even if it's not, they're going to get a quarterback, whether it's the draft or whether it's free agency. They're getting it, and they might do both.
Yeah, and I agree. Two things here. One, send it through. I mean, just send it through, bro. Like, hey, we'll definitely listen to it. It is what it is. And we can give you honest opinions too. Send it through. It is what it is. Definitely. But OJ, that's another crucial piece, right? Think about it. If your head coach makes a player like believe in themselves, as corny as it sounds, right? Think about this. You make a player really believe he's that guy. And he may not be talent-wise comparable to another dude, but if you instill that and make him believe, yes, we're that team, I'm that guy, it does wonders, right? It does wonders for a player's confidence. And you saw towards the end of the year, you saw players with confidence, right? And that's what it looks like. Now, let's hope that's sustainable, and throughout the offseason, we continue to get that. Now, Telesco can draft some guys and maybe AP can get something out of them that another coach, Brandon Staley, wouldn't be able to do. Right? Come on now, let's be honest.
Right. Hey, and look, let's be real here. Spillane. This is his first year with us. He wasn't some big time linebacker here. Like, he was definitely a filler linebacker, if you will, somebody to help create some depth. Yep. And he got to the Raiders, and they got a hold of him, and he started playing like a starter, which he is. I mean, this man might be pushing towards a Pro Bowler next year at the rate he pushed this year as far as progression.
Yeah, he continues to grow. Yeah,
exactly. So, I mean, bro, I agree, Chris. You're spot on with that. That guy, I'm telling you, man, that guy plays with he's got everything to play for. So I'm just going to give y'all this story, right? Because he's slowly becoming one of my favorite players. I actually got to sit literally front row for that Chargers game. He signed the back of my joint, right? Not this particular one that's in Vegas, the one that I had him sign. And the people that own those seats, they have been cheering him on from day one, right? And that, you know what I'm saying? And you can see that he fed off of that. He never, ever not came and made sure to say hi to them every quarter. Like, you just could see how they fed off of each other. Exactly. And it's all on. I got pictures. I got the whole nine. And I'm just letting y'all know, man, that guy is doing big things because of where he is and the people around him. I'm not saying that he didn't have a good support system and the things that he needed in Pittsburgh, but clearly he's producing better here than he was in Pittsburgh, and it's for a reason. And I saw it with my own two eyes. The man signed my thing. I mean, I'm grateful for it, the whole nine, and he's badass. I don't know any other way to tell you. The kid,
I love
the guys,
Spillane, man. I do.
He's
I do.
amazing.
I'm glad that he came and he really developed, man.
He's here to stay. He's here to stay.
Right. And we're going to talk about this a little later because free agency is coming up. But this is my thing. And I told you guys this in the chat. It's never going to work. You heard what AP said yesterday. Not only do you have to play like a Raider, but the coaches have to be Raiders as well. It has to be certain people that come in here. It's real. It's not and this is why I continuously said I don't care what any 31 other teams do, bro, because they are not us. There is a difference with this. To be a fan of this team, to coach this team, to play for this team, it's a difference, bro.
It is.
Not everybody gets to put this jersey on. And for the last 20-some years, we've been too goddamn lenient with who puts this motherfucker on.
Yes.
That's real.
You're right, bro. You're right, bro.
That's the problem. That's the
so
problem.
real. That is so real.
It go with the fan base too. We too lenient with who put these colors on, bro. Like some people just ain't put this. It's just that's a fact.
Hey, you know what? Just a quick one here. Public service announcement. No more wave in the stadium, ladies and gentlemen. No more wave. We don't do that in Raiders Stadium. No more
wave, bro.
Let's cut that out. Let's find something else new and improved to do. That's all.
We get hypey. We can do that, but some people in Vegas don't know how to do all that.
Exactly. Let's do something different. Let's do something different.
Look, man, it's all right. We'll figure something out, man. All the OG Raider fans, right, in LA, even the Oakland fans, right? We'll show y'all something. We'll show y'all something.
Chili talking about I like the wave.
No, Chili, we can't. We can't
find somewhere ever in Oakland where they allowed the wave.
Yeah, Chili. We can't do it. We can't do it.
You done got clocked in the throat.
Yeah, bro. Oakland, bro. We never wave, bro. Never. So it's not even a thought. We gonna have to do something else, bro.
We gotta kill it. It's soft.
You know what I mean?
It's soft.
Yeah. Because Mark trying to keep it PG. In Oakland, it was never PG.
We don't want it PG. Nah, we don't want it PG. It's Vegas.
Yeah. Mark trying to keep PG. Like, it's a wrap. Nah, it's a wrap. We can't do that, Mark.
Kids will be all right. They understand. They know the difference.
Yeah, they know what time it is.
Absolutely, they know what time it is.
I don't know. Now, I heard somebody talk about the OT, but there are things we might as well get into this real quick, man.
Yeah, let's ride.
Might as well get into it real quick. Right? And Harbaugh is now rumored to not even rumored. It's not even rumored. He is going to Chargers. I don't even know why I said rumored. He's going to Chargers. Like, that's where he's going. So he's with the Chargers. So how do you feel about it? Like when the news broke, like what was your first gut reaction?
Let's go. Bring it. I'm ready.
Hit the button.
I'm ready. Let's go. So we got to get back to this, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, again, real quick, I got to get on my high horse here. I come from a level of competition where I don't want to beat you when you're at your worst. That's not the way we rock. And in fact, I don't want you to have any excuse whatsoever.
Come on, like you know what time it is.
When you get this ass whooping, I want you free and clear. Injuries, heartache, anything that can be in your mind that gives you an excuse for getting beat down. Because that's just how we rock. That's how I was born and raised. That's how I grew up. That's just how it goes. I don't want to play when Mahomes ain't playing. I want to play when Mahomes is playing, and I want him to be at his. I don't want to hurt ankle. I don't want a pinky finger. No, I want you at your best, homeboy. Let's go. That's how I feel. That's
the fact. And I asked Raider fans.
Oh, bring them.
When we beat KC this last season, you know why it felt good? And you know why? When they started crying after the game, we looked at them like they was soft, Charmin soft, because they had everybody. There was no damn excuse for y'all. What you mean?
At all.
They didn't take it. We just gave it to how? All your starters played. We don't have all our starters playing. Our left tackle was out.
There you go.
Most of our O-line was out. You know what I'm saying? We had defensive players out.
Yes.
And your starting quarterback was there. Everybody else was there. So what's the excuse, bro?
Exactly.
That's why it felt good. You feel what I'm saying? Because we beat them when they was at their best and they needed that game.
They needed that game. They needed that game.
You feel what I'm saying? So they get anytime we beat somebody ass, it's always an excuse. That's fine, right? That's fine. But at the end of the day, with the Chargers, we've been saying it, Turf. Like let them go over there, bro. Because guess what? You win this in this division, it's on. You know what I'm saying? It's on. Regardless, bro. Like I don't fear it. I welcome it because I want to know what we have. You know what I'm saying? I want to know who's still.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are silver and black. Look, iron sharpens iron. Do you want to understand why it's no coinky dink that the Eagles and the Cowgirls got kicked out the first round? Because their division is the worst division in football. They play baby cakes for the whole half of the season.
Ain't nothing, bro.
Back up all these wins that are so irrelevant, and then they come and play against a real team and get smashed. And that's what it is. And that's why you don't want to deal with nonsense. You don't want to play these cupcakes. You want to play when they are at their best, because that's what's going to make you your best. Period.
Exactly.
Ain't no don't get us down the competition. No, we playing up to wherever we need to be, period.
And don't get us twisted, right? Like, we definitely aren't going to be those guys on YouTube and the content creators to sit here and try to tell you that Harbaugh is not a good coach. He's a good coach. Right? He's definitely a good coach. I'm not going to sit here and lie out my mouth and try to tell you that he's not a good coach just because he went to the Chargers. Like, no. So they're going to be more prepared. They're definitely going to be a harder team to face. No doubt about it. So I'm going to be objective there. But at the same time, I believe in our preparation. And I've continued, and I'm going to keep saying it. I do not care what 31 other teams do. They might have got Jim Harbaugh. He has a good resume, but do they have the right chemistry in the building? Jim Harbaugh ain't enough. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it takes everybody in the building to build a consistent winner and get to a Super Bowl. So at the end of the day, I believe in our chemistry more than I believe in their chemistry, and that's where I'm at.
Me and you both. I couldn't say it any better, man. I believe in what we got going versus what they all got going.
Exactly.
I think they all on a decline. I think they all see what's on the horizon, and they don't even have the ability to scramble for it to try to make moves. They just gonna have to accept it. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Patriots are still the man, and you gotta beat the man to be the man.
Yeah.
Period. So nobody's just dismissing the Chiefs. They are the man, and right now they clearly still are the man. That means for Sunday. So
if they win
Sunday, it's another chip.
Pretty much,
it's another chip, bro. I don't know what else to tell y'all, and I'm gonna be just as salty as everybody else. Everybody else in the NFL. See, it ain't even just a division thing no more. It's the whole NFL. Don't nobody like Mahomes. Don't nobody like the Chiefs. They can't stand this Taylor nonsense being shoved in our face. Every other commercial is a Kelsey.
I thought last week it was done for, bro. So I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was done for last week, and then this month he finds a way, bro.
Nobody wants to see this shit. Wow, we all.
Yeah, I don't understand.
We're all tired of it.
But this defense right here is the best test he gonna have in a minute. I ain't gonna lie.
I agree. This is
gonna see, and you know what happens, bro. You know the blueprint. I mean, it's every quarterback's blueprint, but with him for sure, you got to put him on his ass. Like that's the only way.
Hey, I'm telling you right now. When did they play the Ravens last? Because I'm telling you this. If they get past this game, if this game is even like a scare, I'm letting y'all know, man. We really for real in trouble. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know.
I'm telling y'all right now, if the Ravens can't beat them enough to just they're
not gonna whoop their ass to me, but I do see that.
But they're so depleted. See, that's the part I don't think nobody is seeing. They're so depleted offensively. Mahomes is literally doing everything.
It's true. It's true.
And
but I mean, Last week, last week dudes was making plays though. This is what I feared, right? Going into the playoffs, I'm like, God damn, bro. Like,
Pacheco and Kelsey.
But everybody else start catching the ball too, and you like, now if they get to start catching the ball, because even during the regular season, it wasn't Mahomes. You could tell when the quarterback is struggling. He was playing.
Never was him.
You could tell he was pressing, but he wasn't struggling like that. You know what I mean? Like, he was pressing because he could tell he had to do more. But now if they start helping his ass out, it's a wrap. But and I need the Ravens defense to put him on his ass. That's how you beat him. You got to put him on his ass.
100%. Yeah, you got to hit that. That's how you got to beat every quarterback. I've never met a quarterback yet that likes to be hit.
Exactly. You got to throw that time off, bro. That's
plays well being hit.
Now the only dude I've seen is when Joe Burrow against the Titans. I think it was a playoff game, or I think you remembered it when they went to the Super Bowl. He took like 7 sacks. You feel what I'm saying? And then he got up, still won that game. That was cool, but other than that, you got to put him on his ass.
It's a great point, OJ. You're absolutely right. The guys beating people with average receivers.
Real, bro. Like, we didn't.
But you're right. You're right. Yeah, they're in the conference. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They are the man.
This is why we need a quarterback, bro.
We can talk about them as much as we'd like. The bottom line is they are the man, and it's just harsh.
Why we need a quarterback, man? We got to get somebody.
6 straight AFC chips.
Got to get somebody to rival him, bro. Like, it's somebody, whoever it may be, and it can be somebody in a different way. There's only been a couple dudes I've seen successfully beat him, in places, and it ain't
here no more. Tom, the only one that beat him.
Tom, Joe. He struggles against
Joe Burr. Joe Burr falls.
Other than that,
Joe Burr did.
Josh ain't got over the hump, and even Lamar. I love Lamar, but Lamar ain't got over this hump either. You know what I'm saying? He ain't beat Mahomes.
That game right there was crucial because he had gotten over that hump. To be honest, he's always been known as.
It was. So I think this right here, is a good test. But going into it, right? Back on the Raiders, the OC search, right? Now, today, it has been announced. Let me go ahead and grab my handy-dandy device. I got my notes here. That the Raiders did, in fact, request an interview for the Bucs quarterbacks coach, Thad Lewis, right? They then requested that interview, and it is reported that he has a strong relationship with Jaden Daniels. Right. Lewis is 36 and is viewed as a rising superstar among coaches. After a 7-year NFL career, he moved to UCLA as an offensive analyst, where he built up a close relationship with now LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels. From 2021 to 2022, he was the Bucs wide receiver coach, helping assist Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, and Jalen Darden. Wow. Yeah, he then moved to the quarterback coach this year to help Baker Mayfield with the offense.
And you obviously see what they did and what they doing.
Right.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. And he's a young offensive mind.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. And if what they're saying is true, right? He's good friends with Jaden Daniels or has a good relationship. You definitely will want somebody calling the plays that you feel is comfortable, that he's comfortable with, right? And also somebody that knows his skill set at the same time. Because, like I said, Jaden Daniels is the type of quarterback that the offense needs to be built around. Like, he does not need to conform into an offense. You need to build it around the skill set because he's just so dynamic with the football in his hands. So you're going to have to take advantage of all parts of his game. So I think that's a guy there. Now, I want to talk about this now. Raheem Morris did get hired as Atlanta.
Oh, man. Shout out to Raheem.
He got hired as Atlanta coach.
I like
hire, by the way.
I think that's a fabulous hire. That
good
is
hire.
Amazing. Raheem Morris, he deserves the second shot.
Right. Why do I? Hey, AR,
I
AR.
forgot. See in the building. We
Hey,
gotta
you
get
got
it
time, man?
popping.
I don't know if you got time, man. Maybe we can send out the link, see if he can
Absolutely. Hop on, bro.
hop
Hop
on.
on, bro. I got it. Don't worry. Keep on rocking.
But definitely, I think that's a good hire. So why are we bringing up Atlanta? We bring up Atlanta because Raheem Morris just came from LA, came with the Rams, and the guy we're interested in, Zach Robinson, is on the market to be an offensive coordinator.
Yes.
Now, will he follow Raheem Morris to Atlanta? That's yet to be seen. Because what are they going to do with that quarterback? What are they going to do with that quarterback position? That's going to be a very, very deep concern with us as well, because Atlanta is before us. So seeing what they want to do with the quarterback position with Raheem Morris, with Zach Robinson, if he does go, that would be a very interesting thing. But see, if Zach Robinson goes, I told you, Turf, I don't know why y'all doubt me. You always doubt me. If Zach Robinson goes, where there's smoke, there is always fire. And guess who's still on the market, baby? Mr. Cliff. Cliff Kingsbury is on the market, and his interview is this week still. I don't know if it has been done, but definitely the interview is still on the market. We've been talking about Cliff for a minute. All right, how you gonna feel if they do that, if they pull that trigger? What is the deal?
I'm gonna be ecstatic. Are you kidding me?
Cliff Kingsbury?
Cliff Kingsbury, again, you are getting 3 head coaches.
Come on, son.
You're getting 3 head coaches, bro. That's real talk. You have a head coach for everything that matters. You have a head coach for head coach. You got head coaches. I'm telling you, we are creating a powerhouse that is going to be unmatched. And the thing about it is, we already have the pieces in place, so it's not going to be hard to get people to buy into this and take the proper pay scale that's necessary for us to continue to grow and keep talent. I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why the Patriots also last that long. They kind of enforced that whole mentality, but guess what? It's easy to enforce when you're winning.
No,
you know how dire neat, bro. I would have played for nothing to win a ring. I didn't even shit my career. I would have
loved that.
I would have played nothing to win a ring. I didn't even get a freaking junior college ring. I didn't get a 6-5 bowl game ring. Like, and those were a thing back then, and I'd be rocking them bad boys if I earned one. Yep.
Right. No, facts.
I'd be rocking one of them joints if I earned one. Shout out to AP. Yep. I played Mount Sac. I'll never forget. My guy Bert, he went nuts on Mount Sac when we played them. Look, I'm just telling y'all. Man, y'all have no idea, man. It's the thing that I'm telling you, it haunts me. It will haunt me till the day I die. I've never won anything in football. And it will haunt me. I've been on some of the most fabulous teams, offensively, defensively, offense and defense, and just always a game short, a quarter short, a kick short. I don't even want to talk about it.
But to be part of something bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
We agree with that. Definitely never has that happened for us when we're releasing penalties. And see, Tony, he says egos. This is the thing, right? With Cliff Kingsbury, the knock on him is that he's too lenient, right? Yeah. They're like motherfuckers, like too friendly, right? You can't be at the bar with your goddamn players. Like, what are you doing? Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing about Cliff that gets you and worries you, because it's Vegas. It's Vegas.
I was just about to say it's Las Vegas,
and a motherfucker like Cliff, you know what I mean?
That could be a problem.
Sharp white man like Cliff, like it's
I'm not gonna lie, that could be a problem.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, just think about it. Like, so that's the problem with Cliff. It's realistically that, like, he's too damn lenient. So, like, you gotta check that at the door. Now,
he might be the one on the news. That's
no off rip.
You like what? 30? Say, hey, he might be the one on.
Yeah, no, he's definitely older 30s, early 40s for sure.
Yeah, he's
for sure. And so that's something you got to think about. Eric Bieniemy is somebody I would think because with Vegas you get that
Bro.
discipline. You get that discipline. So I wouldn't mind that at all.
Bro. What I would give for Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Oh, what I would. And the reason being, ladies and gentlemen, he did the best he could with what he had in Washington. He didn't pick that. He didn't choose that. None of that was his. Bottom line is, you see how Kansas City is struggling, and it's not, like you said, it's not only just because of the players. It's him, exactly.
They miss him.
It's already reports. Andy Reid is on his way out. I mean, God rest him. You know, he's got health issues, but real talk. Listen to what I'm telling you. That offense is Eric Bieniemy, and whoever gets that man has got a gem.
John, don't listen to everything, man. I mean, yeah, there are some flaws when it come to that, but Eric, guaranteed, if he's going to be working with AP, you have to understand that there's going to be some type of philosophy mixture, right? There's going to be some type of AP wants the physicality at the same time. So can that man conform to that? That's the question you got to ask yourself. If Cliff can bring the air raid, but instill some type of physicality to it as well, oh yeah, we rocking and rolling. Like, we can get cracking for sure. So, I just want somebody who, they even said it in the presser. They asked him the question. They said, what are you looking for in an offensive coordinator? And I told you, Turf, press the button, Turf. Press the button. Because I'm gonna keep saying it, bro. Is the Raider way, if we're going to be technical, if we're not talking about the Raider way, is that not going downfield with speed, spreading the ball downfield? Yes. That's for real what it is. You know what I mean? And I don't know why we've lost sight of that. It's not, yes, it's been the physicality, but that physicality, from what I know, has always been about the defense, right? 100%. Our defense has always been that dogs and physical, and our offense has always been pushing the ball downfield with speed. We lost that element in the past couple of years, bro.
I agree.
I think when they asked them that yesterday about that, they said the same exact thing. Oh, yeah, we trying to do what the old Raiders going downfield. Telesco even said it. Like, so you know what they're looking for.
100%. Somebody that can chuck that rock.
Oh, come on now. And see, that's why it's like, I don't know about Aiden. Now, everything, and then they talked about the quarterback, right? They reiterated it. We trying to go downfield. Who has the best deep ball in the class? Is Jaden Daniels.
Boom.
I mean,
I know how I feel about that. So
we already know. But
I'm telling you, they're gonna move up. I think that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to mortgage the house, and if it's first, second, it don't matter. They're going for Daniels. But that's a great point, right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get out the building. Afakasi Raider.
My God, what's going on?
What's going on, gang? It's been a bit of a minute. Taking a bit of a hiatus because I've been situating some things in my real life, but you all know how it goes. Everyone in the chat, good evening to you all. What is it like? Must be 8 p.m. over there, 8 Pacific. So yeah,
yes, 8:30, 8:30, 10:30 Central. Absolutely.
Factual, man. How you feeling so far about everything, man? I mean, we trying to get your takes on everything that's went on.
It's been a lot. It's a lot.
Well, in terms of front office hirings, I feel fantastic. I mean, we got our guy for the most part. Like, there was a part of the Raider Nation that we're looking at. They wanted Harbaugh. We went with Antonio Pierce. I mean, for me, it's great that that Mark Davis, he listened. He listened to his players, his senior players, us fans, and also the old school Raiders. You know what I mean? Like the respected legends. Like every single guy that's come out and been vocal have all been vocal with their support with Antonio Pierce and wanting him as to be the guy moving forward. And sure enough, we got him. So I couldn't be happier. I mean, I think he's the chosen one for me. Like, I give him time, and he will get us back to glory. You know what I mean? And
100%.
Like, yeah, he might not be the X's and O's guy, and he might not have the experience, but it's evident he's a guy that these players will be inspired by, will fight for, will die for. You know what I mean? Like, will be willing to run through walls for. And sometimes for me, that takes more. That means more than like someone who might be all this and that from schemes and X's and O's, and like a Josh McDaniels, you know what I mean, who couldn't motivate anyone to fight their way out of a wet paper bag. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm encourage you to tuck your tail. I agree.
I couldn't be more pleased with that. As for the rest of the hirings, I'm happy with. I mean, Telesco at first was for me like I wasn't quite sure. I was like the former Charger GM, but when I look at it, it's like, well, he has been around teams in the front office in some form, like the Bills, like the Colts during their glory days. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then he's had GM experience with the Chargers to some degree of success. Look, let's be real. Like the Chargers have had more success than we have in the time frame he was GM. So he was GM 2013 to 2022. So in 2023. So in that time frame, whether we like to admit it or not, the Chargers have been more successful than us. So at least it's something. And the fact that he's got experience too, you know what I mean? Rather than going with again like a new guy like Mayo, like with what's Ziegler and Reggie McKenzie. Was it Reggie McKenzie's?
Yes.
Reggie was
a rookie.
At least this guy's got experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
And have we signed Patrick Graham yet?
And that's where I wanted to get here. Patrick Graham was at the press conference yesterday.
I saw that, yes.
Yeah. So if that don't tell you what it is, you know.
Yeah. Right. And
Camp
for
was there
me,
too.
that's the big part of it. Is like we need to re-sign him at all costs. You know,
Yeah.
by any means necessary. Make sure he does not leave the room.
So just to make sure that people can connect the dots, these defensive coaches that have been signed, they all have a dot connected to Patrick Graham. Go do your homework. We can't do everything for y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? We give y'all that heat, but we can't do everything for you.
We get homework. We got to get the homework.
Go check out who these guys are and where they come from. It'll tell you all you need to know and hear, and you'll be very confident in the fact that Patrick Graham is coming back home. He doesn't want to leave Vegas. He never really wanted to, anyways. This is all.
Well, they're blocking him taking up job offers for defensive coordinator. So they are doing their due diligence, do whatever it takes to keep him in the door.
Exactly,
and he's glad they're doing that. That's a sign of respect. That's not a.
They ain't signed not one or interviewed not one defensive coordinator, not one.
They know.
There you go. You know that you already know who it is. Salute to SoCal.
Hands up, who was
Salute
big critiques of Patrick Graham after year one with us.
Man.
Yeah.
I was.
man.
I was dead wrong, and I'm happy to say that. I went from being a very vocal critique to now I cannot endorse the guy more than what I can.
Well, hey, y'all know I'm born and raised in Connecticut. I have a special place for where that man is born and raised, literally in Waterbury, Connecticut. Right. The dirty water. Y'all have no idea. I can assure you, I know every root of that man from the guys that I know. They're all literally born and raised there and know him like the back of their hand. Every school he went to, like I told you, he's a Yale graduate. Shout out to Yale. Shout out to all the Tiger Leagues. I'm just letting y'all know, man. I'm excited about what's going on. I'm really excited. Patrick ain't going nowhere. I got a little short out there. I think I just put it, shameless plug, put it out there. Hit the channel, check it out. But I can assure you, the man's not going nowhere. There's nowhere for him to go. He knows where he's at and where to be successful.
No, fact. And what SoCal says here, I believe is 100% true. If Telesco drafts half of the players he drafted in them first rounds, then we'll be straight. We're gonna be fine.
Easy.
Because like you said, Turf, what he's done well in the draft, we have yet to figure out.
Exactly.
So I don't know why anybody's complaining, talking about he gonna take the best player available in the first round. If you're a Raider fan, do you hear how you sound if you say that? Come on, bro. If only we dreamed we do that.
Sound crazy, like.
Well, let's just give him a chance. Let's just give him a chance.
Yeah,
exactly. For once, let's get behind. See, so real talk. That's the other thing that we all need to learn how to do, right? See, and Rundown, I'm gonna give you props because it's probably believe it or not, harder for the old folks than it is for the younger ones to kind of adapt. But the truth is, at some point, Raider Nation, we got to get together with this. It's good to have healthy debate and healthy interaction from that respect. But at some point, we have to show unity. This is not for us. This is for the team. Like, I'll say this. I've said it a million times. Look, if you win a Super Bowl, the reason you won a Super Bowl is because every aspect of everything from every corner of the whole season is why it went so well. Meaning down to the janitor that cleans the bathrooms all the way up to the president and the owner of the team. Everything was in sync. Trust me. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? You know what else is a sneaky good hiring that I really like is Tom Coughlin. Him coming in as an advisory role. I really like that. I mean, he was the head coach for the Giants during their glory days. I mean, 2 Super Bowls, 2 wins. I mean, you know, and to have him, like, he might not be the personality, like the lead enough and will follow kind of guy that Antonio Pierce glaringly is, but like the guy has the smarts. I mean, you know, he's your X's and O's guy, and to have him as that like advisor to Antonio Pierce, I really like that. That's a sneaky good hiring.
It's amazing, bro. We did touch that. We touched that earlier. We touched on the fact that
I just wanted to share that real quick.
We have a healthy mix. We have a healthy mix of the old and the young.
Chris know what the hell I'm talking about. Y'all already know. I told you. There's all right. There's still some people mad that we all drinking at the same water fountain. All right, that's all I got to say. All right, so at the end of the day,
for the people that don't know, I had to put this up. This is the Raiders Syndicate inside joke. You know, rundown went scorched earth this morning. This is what it is. I had to put it up there because y'all know what I'm talking about. We all have inside jokes, etc. We gonna keep this inside because you know what I'm saying. But rundown, we get it. Hey, I love the leadership of everything we have in the Raiders Syndicate. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And hey, we all enjoyed that. Beautiful laugh this morning. Thank you, Rundown. And we get it. We get it.
Look, but talking about it, we all gonna get it together, right? I think what Solo says in the chat may be true, right? It's because we're losing that
there's
so much division and we've lost for so long. So it's like, well, everybody has their opinion on how things should go. You feel what I'm saying? So until something works and something sticks, I think the fan base is going to continuously be like it is. But then it's like, I don't think people understand how toxic it is sometimes at the end of the day. Bro. Like, it's bad. It's bad.
It's very toxic. That's
like, I don't understand our fans. I don't.
Look. We don't understand. There's 7 of us in the Raider Syndicate. All of us can't comprehend our fans. None of us. It never fails, man. But real talk, we love it. We love every last one of us.
Yeah,
we really do. We really do. We need all of it.
At the end of the day, like, look, we're all tired of losing, and that's the only thing that's going to really bring us completely together, right?
Thanks.
You win.
100%.
That's it, bro. I mean, even the Vegas talk, right? Like, we not going to really care about Vegas if we start winning. If we was winning, Vegas, we be chilling, right? We buy all into it, and you know what I mean? We buy all into the Vegas theme if we was winning, but we're not. So it's like, we got to hold on to what we know and what we had.
Yep.
I still have a soft spot for Oakland.
It's different. If you was really into it, and then you went to the stadium too, like I'm sure we all have
been there. Yes,
it's different. You know what I mean? We've all been to that stadium. We've all felt that air. You know what I'm saying? Like, walking into that damn stadium is a different feel, bro.
It is all the way different. All the way different.
It's an experience for me that will never be replicated. Like Vegas, I'm sure will be different. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, when you start like dating somebody and you had like a lost love or whatever, like it's never going to be the same. It's going to be different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you just
That's
got
a
to
fact.
accept it.
You accept that, and man, I can't wait till we get this like everybody at the syndicate in one game. That shit gonna be crazy. Man. Like,
It's gonna happen
that's
soon.
gonna be wild.
I promise you it's gonna happen soon. I can't.
That content, we get that. That content gonna go stupid. Guaranteed, everybody gonna love that. But we want to get into something. I'm glad AR is here, right?
Yes.
Because free agent frenzy is almost upon us, right? Like once the playoffs is over and the Super Bowl is crowned, it's time. It's time to look into it. So Turf, if you can you pull up our slides here, and we're gonna go ahead and go through the free agents. Now, there's a question mark about the quarterback position. And this right here, we already started with a polarizing one. All right, so now when we talk about the quarterback position, here's a list of them, right? Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, Joe Flacco, Mason Rudolph, Jameis Winston, Sam Darnold, Ryan Tannehill, Joshua Dobbs. Anybody on that list, and I'm well, he's not really a free agent, but anybody on that list that you're looking at that intrigues you?
Do you want to go first, Turf? Or?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Oppa.
Kirk Cousins for me is the one. I mean, you got him at the top there, and he's the guy that, I mean, we all know that was endorsed by Devonta Adams as being the guy that he would be on board with if they brought in a free agent, and he was the only name that he brought up, right? So
I believe so. It was.
I mean, he's had a degree of success with various teams. I mean, whether or not he gets retained by the Vikings or he hits free agency, time will tell. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like Kirk Cousins is the name. I mean, Tannehill had some degree of success with the Dolphins, but I don't. Where's he at now? Like, what's he doing?
Talking about when he was the Titans. I don't know where he's at.
Sorry,
he's still with the Titans.
He's still with
the Titans. Okay,
yeah, he's still there.
I mean, I haven't watched too much football outside of Raider football of late.
Will Levis was starting, so they give you all you need to know right here.
Okay, right. Baker Mayfield, I do know, was successful with the Buccaneers. But I see them retaining. I don't see them letting go. So
he got that Raider.
brought him in on
I wouldn't be mad bringing him in here. He got that Raider mentality enough.
I wouldn't be mad either, being that like he went to the Buccaneers and he did have a bounce back year.
Right.
Up until then, he kind of fell off a little bit with the Browns. They did draft him was it the first pick of the draft back in what was it 2019?
It was the first pick.
It was the first pick. Absolutely.
So, you know, a new start with I mean, we remember when he was signed off the street and learned the playbook on the plane.
Exactly.
2022, and they beat us with the Rams. But look, the only name there that kind of intrigues me is Kirk Cousins. Outside of that, the rest of them, this is like, look, if we brought them in as a veteran presence to compete, whatever. I'd still, me personally, I still would like us to swing for the fences and see what we can acquire through the draft and early.
Right.
In yours. Talk that talk, man. Talk that
he's
talk.
right, and he's right. I'm ready to swing for the fences too, but
we haven't done that for the longest time, and it's about time we do it.
Join the party, man. Join the party.
Correct.
I love it. I'm on that draft train as well. But I mean, at the same time, if you do look at the list, right, like I would be fine with acquiring a guy like, you know, maybe a Minshew, maybe a Baker Mayfield. For a rookie, right, to learn from and learn mentality from. Like, you look at Baker, right, and where he's been, but Baker going to try to be a starter since he was a starter just now, right? So I don't know how much money he'd ask for. Minshew, on the other hand, a good backup. You feel what I'm saying? Like what he was doing with Anthony Richardson, helping him out over there in Indianapolis. I took notice in that, so I like that. I don't want Tannehill anywhere near here at all, right? You could – anytime he goes near a rookie, they're bad, right? Anytime he goes near a rookie, it's not good. You can see he didn't want to do anything with what's my guy's name? Malik Willis, I believe. He wanted nothing to do with Malik Willis. So, and like you said, Kirk Cousins to me is the only one that makes sense. But if you go for Kirk Cousins, to me, that tells everybody that you're swinging for the fences. Like,
Right. I kind of remember now that there was something that there was something that I heard doing the rounds in regards to Tannehill and Malik Willis.
Yeah,
Right.
remember
Not really wanting to be
the guy
the
to
guy that's
mentor.
going to teach them the ropes, be the mentor. It's just like, I'm gonna get mine, and you better be ready to get yours because I'm here to have my job and keep it that way.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, it was okay, but then like he didn't say that when Will Levis came along. When Will Levis came along, he said, "Oh, I'm more than happy to mentor him." Well, why in the hell weren't you more than happy to mentor Malik Willis when that time came? You knew you wasn't good enough to start,
Right.
But regardless of it, right? I don't want Tannehill nowhere near here. And
Okay.
Jameis, maybe.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Jameis as a veteran.
He's
dude.
a bit of an oddball, though.
He is. I do, but I like.
I don't know.
I do like Jameis. Would it do
He
like
gives me
AP?
kind of Russell Wilson oddball.
Can you
vibe.
imagine the clips of his face when he watches AP give a speech? Oh my God! Oh,
That in itself is social media.
Oh.
It's
I would love that, bro.
Look,
I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah, I'm gonna go on and take this because I really wanted to go. There are plenty of people on this list that I would take, and hey, call it what you want. LeBron, I don't know. Hey, maybe I'm right. Who knows? But what I can tell you is Kirk Cousins is number one for a reason. I would take Kirk Cousins yesterday. Guess who else I would take yesterday is the one right under him, Baker Mayfield. Look, I was so wrong about Baker Mayfield that it is I was so wrong. So wrong. I brought myself to the front of the congregation with him. Shout out to Anton. Bringing myself to the front of the congregation. Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
I just don't see him going anywhere else. I think they
No,
I mean,
of course
being that he proved it with the Buccaneers, and then I mean, why would they let him hit free agency with a guy that
Makes
came
no
there
sense.
for a year and proved it? So I don't see it. I don't see him going anywhere else.
Nope. Jacoby Brissett is very capable. Very capable. I mean,
Right.
see, I think people get in their feelings, man, and they don't really look deep into this stuff, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then people not understanding that even with this, right, we're still saying a quarterback is drafted, regardless of the case, bro. Like a quarterback still gets drafted. All these guys, minus Kirk Cousins, maybe Baker Mayfield, all these dudes ain't starting. They just dudes in the quarterback room.
There
know
you
what
go.
I'm saying?
There you go. So as I've told y'all, Kirk first, Baker second. Jacoby very capable. Third for me is Minshew. You've heard that out of my mouth before. You've heard that out of my mouth before.
No, yeah, because I mean, I think any dude you sign is QB3, regardless of if he's QB3, because I think AOC is going to be, if you draft a guy, AOC is the second dude. I firmly believe that. So if anything happens, AOC coming in.
Correct.
Brissett to me is he's a guy who I see, I mean, the few times I've seen and the few things I've heard from him, he might not have like the natural talent as some of these other guys on the list there, but he's a heart and grit kind of guy, kind of like Bruce Gradkowski back in the day. That's who he gives me vibes. Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I like
he plays
that.
with heart, grip, and he could be a bridge kind of veteran presence. But as for being a guy that we're gonna move forward into the sunset with, no, absolutely not. But like if we had him as that backup option, much like we did with Brian Hoyer,
Right.
Right?
Like this is the just in case guy. Like if you was telling me that these was guys we moving forward with, you bet your ass I'd rather move forward with Aiden O'Connell in the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
100%.
you let AOC move it along. But at this point right here,
This is a gap.
Who gonna give him the most work when you talk about competition and maybe just as somebody who can help his game if Aiden O'Connell is the last option that we don't end up drafting to do?
Right.
You know, Minshew is a good dude, good option.
Yeah. So I'm on Kirk first, Baker second, Gardner Minshew third, Jacoby fourth, right?
Right.
Now,
I'm surprised. Well, you ain't put Russell.
I can get a chance. Give me my high second, because again, I actually really think this list is very capable. Joe Flacco is showing what he's showing. I'm gonna leave him right where he is.
You're 50.
I'm leaving him right. I agree, but he got those Browns. He got them past the first game, didn't he?
No. See, I'm just like Aiden O'Connell, I could be like, yeah, that's cool.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying, capable of a person that can come in and teach.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now I'm gonna just pass.
I'm gonna game or two.
Right, and I'm gonna just pass Rudolph because I have no yet.
No, hell no.
But hey, this is where it gets funky for me. Jameis Winston, you said it. I now go Kirk Cousins, Jameis Winston, then Baker Mayfield, and so forth.
Bro, because somebody's like, "Oh, that's a bad idea." I'm like, "Bro, this man threw for how many touchdowns?"
I love Jameis Winston, bro. I don't think y'all get it, man. That kid has the again. It's one of those scenarios to me where these guys aren't getting a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? They're coming into these areas where they're rookies. That they don't know shit. That they're really not given the time. They're not given any of the development necessary, and they're not given the time. So they bounce around in the league as journeymen, which is great and probably a better career physically than it is, anything else for these second string quarterbacks. But I don't know, man. I think
there were people calling for Jameis Winston to start in New Orleans this year. So take that for what you will. All right, you take that for what you will.
Jameis Winston did have his chance at Tampa Bay. I mean, they dropped. He was the number one pick overall back. When was it?
And they perpetually went like 8-8, 9 and whatever.
And there was also head coaching debacle, right? They switched head coaches.
That was the year after they won the college football championship, Florida State. Right?
Yes. Jameson was the reason for that. Jameis Winston can ball.
And CJ, we're not talking about these dudes to start. Once again,
no,
these are You need a veteran presence. We're not going into the next season with two young ass quarterbacks in the room, right? Like, no, come on, like, no.
They
need somebody to offset that.
They don't understand that. That's the part that you really don't comprehend unless you
need somebody to offset that.
You've been part of Just think of any company. Real talk. Just think of any company. At some point, when you're growing as a company, you bring in somebody that you hate having to pay, but you're gonna pay them for that seniority, that knowledge, that experience. It's no different in the NFL. You have to have experienced people. You're not going to win without them. You can think you're going to just come in with a bunch of fresh young boys, which is right because it's a young man's game, but it don't work.
You got to mix some of it in there. You know what I mean?
Now that I think about it, though, like how many of these guys do you think would take a decent contract, being that we're not looking for you to be the guy?
All of them, with the exception of Baker Mayfield and Garbage.
And Kirk Cousins,
Kirk Cousins is going to run a contract.
No, he's not. He's already paid. Kirk Cousins needs a chip. See, and that's where I differ between y'all. See, look, I'm just telling you. This is where I differ because he's gotten the bag twice.
That's true.
He's gotten the bag twice. Why does he want another bag? He's got more money than God. I want a chip if I'm a real player. You seen his cave? You seen his man cave? See, and this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. So don't be shocked if Kirk Cousins is our quarterback because I'm telling you, he's going to take bare minimum. The other reason I think Russell Wilson will take bare minimum is because his wife can have a residency right where he lives and it's game over. I'm just saying.
I noticed he's not on the list.
This is why people will take. No, but there's reasons why people will take next to nothing. I just told you I'd take nothing. I'd take nothing to win a chip.
I don't know, man. Like to me, like Kirk is the only dude you'd sign. But then me and AR said like, you sign Kirk, like that's like, oh, we're going all in type of thing. Like because Kirk only got like a couple years left, and all these other dudes on the list, other than Kirk, are dudes I see like we'd only use if a dire situation came about, like you know what I mean, like the rookie.
But Rundown, you just said it already immediately in those first few words you stated. We're ready to win now. That's the point. That's the point. See, I don't know. Maybe you don't feel that way. I feel we're ready to win now.
No, I think you mean compete for a chip?
Yes.
Like right now?
I think you give us 3 pieces. I think you give us 3 monumental pieces and the things can fill in and they actually hold up for the time that they need to hold up. And I think we have a championship team. Call me crazy, Raider Nation. I'm telling you, give me an offensive right tackle, give me a defensive tackle that's going to just free up our crazy edge rush. I don't even care about our corners at that point if I get that defensive tackle.
I'm saying that
right now, we are in contention. We're in contention.
I think we're a couple pieces from being a playoff contention. I don't know about chip.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rundown. I mean, like, I appreciate your wishful thinking, and if it happens, I'm hoping he's speaking into existence because that's what we all want. But like, even if we get Kirk Cousins and at his best, I think we're a playoff-making team at best with the right moves and that. I don't see us being a contending for a chip at least till 2025. Like, I mean, that's for me my.
What do you think?
I agree. Be a consistent playoff team first. If we can be more than that, cool, I just don't see us being. Hang on. I just don't see us being a Super Bowl team yet, even with like these said moves. But anyway,
were the Rams a consistent winning team when they won the Super Bowl?
What's that?
They had more pieces.
The Rams, they had more what?
They had more pieces and they were winning.
No. I hear what you're saying. I just asked a simple question. What I'm going to tell you, they did have pieces. All I'm going to ask you, are their pieces equivalent to Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Myers, and Turner? Oh, look, I forgot Mayer.
Okay, and I raise you this, Turf. I say this.
Mayer, tight end, Mayer.
When the Rams, yeah,
Turner, Tucker. My bad. You're right, Tucker. Tucker.
Oh, yeah, Tucker.
DJ Turner, the gunner.
Look,
you're right. It's Tucker.
When the Rams won the Super Bowl, cool, dandy, right? They brought in Matt Stafford as the veteran piece. Cool, but guess what? We don't get to just forget about the Todd Gurley and Jared Goff Super Bowl they went to. They actually had winning seasons before they was like, all right, bro, well, let's just get this dude. These guys are ready. We can just swap Jared Goff for Matt Stafford and we're good to go. Like, we're not doing that. We haven't won. So we need to get a dude like our dude. That's what I continue to say. Like, we just got to get our dude.
I do know you say that. And see, the problem that I have with that particular way of thinking is that we can't get a chip with that because you think that we need our dude to win it. And I don't think we need our dude to win the chip. I think we need our dude to win several chips, but I don't think we need our dude to win a chip. I think we can win a chip in the next 2 to 3 years. That's what I think with what we have currently today. I don't think we need to overreact. No. I agree. I mean, hell, we made the playoffs with Carr and the Bengals that year. And that was trash.
It wasn't consistent.
We got a lot to talk about. Like you said, we didn't get through. We didn't get through the quarterback.
Yeah, it wasn't consistent. But okay, look. Yeah. With the running backs, do we care about this list? I don't really care about this list. I mean, Josh Jacobs, I feel will get re-signed some way, somehow.
I don't think Phil. I know he'll take.
Yeah, he's gonna get re-signed some way, somehow.
Exactly. He don't want to go nowhere else. Where you gonna go and lose?
Yeah,
he's gonna go and lose. He's gonna go somewhere and lose, and that's what I'm trying to explain. And he ain't even got the bag yet. But the bottom line is you know what's tugging at Josh Jacobs? I want a chip.
And the other thing is that like he was a huge advocate for Antonio Pierce being one of those senior guys.
And now you got
endorsements. So now that we brought back Pierce, he wants to play rather than with McDaniels. It's just like, give me the bag and then I'll come and play. Like it didn't seem to me he wanted to play for him. But then again, he did, right?
Right, exactly. So now that you have AP back, we give it a good chance that he's going to be back. So nobody else on this list really intrigues us at all, to be honest with you.
Eckler.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Keep that ball-headed motherfucker away from here.
No. I don't want him per se, but what I'm telling you is that is a dude that still has life left in him. You don't like Eckler? Bro, he's a gym rat. All gym rats typically tend to have longer careers.
That little muscle hamster is not moving the needle for me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nah, dog. I would draft. I'll draft one before I sign Austin Eckler to any type of money.
Well, you're not going to give him back any kind of major contract.
Oh, he gets nothing from me. And then to sign him is disrespectful to Zeus. That's a slap in the face. I can't do that to Zeus, man. I can't. Not the way he ended the season. Hell no.
Right. So I guess we're on different. Yeah, I actually. So I believe Eckler is better than Zeus at this point. There's no question.
What did you see, Turf? What did you watch? What
Zamir White, like, I mean, look, I was
Austin Eckler's numbers. So I don't think you know Austin Eckler's numbers, bro. I don't think
this last year.
No. This last year you can't count. It's a year where he's battling for a contract and his team is garbage, and he has to show them. Look, see, if I was healthy and been out here, y'all might have had a different outcome.
Oh. No,
that's the thought process.
We talk about these running backs all the time, and we're always in tune when running backs is losing their steam. You need to watch Austin Eckler this past year.
He's losing his steam at all.
Oh, it's bad.
I don't know. Keep Zamir, and for me, draft a running back. Draft a
speedy guy, bro. Keep Josh, keep Zamir, draft another speedy dude.
No. So now I see where we're going. Y'all are looking at this from the perspective of our team. I'm not looking at trying to take Austin Eckler in any way, shape, or form and bring him to our squad. I don't think he fits in any way, shape, or form. But what I do think is he's a starting running back in the NFL 100%.
Oh, yeah, but from our team perspective,
I don't think he fits for us in any way, shape, or form.
Nah, at all.
I'm not questioning that either.
He's a starting running back in the NFL 100%.
But when I look at this list, I'm just thinking out loud about like what would ideally what I would like to do.
Oh, we just want Josh back, and that's it. There's nothing else on this list.
Bring Josh back, Zamir. Like I said, I was one of, if not the loudest critique in the room when it came to Zamir White. I was not impressed by him at all. He proved to me that he can play, and I appreciate that. Is he the guy that I'm willing to ride off into the sunset and be the number one guy for us? Not yet, but at least he showed some things and some potential, and that he produced towards the end of his second year. But I want to get another young guy in the room. And,
hell yeah.
Hey, you want to know what I hate? You want to know what I hate about this rundown? We running backs, bro.
I know.
We running backs, bro, and it's come down to we really don't even
and I can tell you, there's only like 3 dudes on this list that I would even entertain.
It's an afterthought, 3. Bro. You're picking up a kicker.
Yeah, 3, bro. Like I'm not entertaining nobody else but 3.
And I hope I'm going to clip this. I'm going to find this. You're picking up a kicker. I would never in a bazillion years ever expect that in my lifetime I would be talking about my position, the most coveted position in football, the running back, the Barry Sanders, the Jim Browns, the Marcus Allens. It's a non-factor position moving forward. You can find one in every round. In fact, you can find 2 in the last round.
That's a fact.
That's fine. I'm sick about that. That's a big situation for me.
At the same time, though, if you've got a guy producing at their best, much like Josh Jacobs did, much like McFadden did, at their best, those guys aren't dime a dozen.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. So you can keep that for sure. Wide receivers, I don't even want to look at this list. Like, we don't even need it at all. I don't want to see it.
No, not even one.
Like, we don't need to look now at one dude on this list.
T. Higgins will be dope. T. Higgins will be dope. Pittman would be. Out of all this list, I take Pittman. How old is Pittman?
Jacoby, man. Like, we have Jacoby. We can't throw that away.
I take Pittman. Pittman is a.
Jacoby played so well. I'm not doing that. You let him do his thing.
I take Pittman yesterday. I think it's his pedigree, though. See, I know his daddy played in the years of his daddy.
How long is Jacoby Myers on under contract?
I think a year or 2 more.
Okay.
He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he's still under contract. It wasn't just a one.
No, he's under contract for sure. Yeah, no, he's still
all right.
We still got it. I do like Ridley, but that's a different story because Renfro gonna be gone.
Renfro
But
gone.
see, with Renfro gone, that's more tick for Trey Tucker. That's the whole thing. That's why Renfro wasn't playing. So, from there, we're gonna see more of Trey Tucker next year. Y'all best believe that. Tight ends, I'm not gonna lie to you. We need a second tight end, or not a second, a third. We need a third.
So you didn't like Hooper? I was gonna say Hooper was fine for us.
I keep Hooper, but we need a blocking tight end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Michael Mayer was doing that with
I think Hooper was not. I think Hooper is fine. I think if you want to run two tight ends a lot, you might need a third. But outside of that, I'm actually.
We don't even know. Well, look, you said it right there. Austin Hooper's a free agent, so do you re-sign him?
Yeah.
Or do you get a different one?
No, you re-sign him. For what? What are you gonna go get? Unless you go get something else that he proved that he can play. If he doesn't want, if he wants a favorable deal, but we can get away with not taking him and getting something in the draft. It's a tight end.
We don't need to get anything high profile anyway.
That's
we already got to
saying.
start with tight end.
He's going to deal. That's why he's going to take a deal. He's going.
Yeah, we got to start the tight end. So we good. I mean, what about you?
I think we trust in Michael Mayer's development. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little disappointing. If I'm going to be honest, he didn't quite emerge in his rookie season as that pass catching tight end from year one. But look, that can come with time. I'm still willing to give him that. You know what I mean? Like, just by looking at the numbers, like, he didn't produce the way, say, like, even guys that were as unheralded and didn't have as good of a career in the end, like Michael Rivera. Like, I believe even Clive Wolford produced more in his rookie season from a pass catching, receiving, touchdown perspective. And those guys didn't turn out to be the guys in the long run. But with Michael Mayer, I still see him having the potential to be the guy. It was just a little disappointing, like his numbers after his year one. But look, rookie, I'm still willing to ride it out with him and bank that he's going to be our guy moving forward. But I do want to see that starting to, his progression and potential to start to trending upwards starting for next time.
I think we're just going to see more good things from him. And that's why I kept saying we need an offensive coordinator who knows how to use the tight ends at the same time, because he's a weapon that I think can be very utilized. And I don't want to underutilize that. Kuntz, we get into that, guaranteed. But we get into the nitty-gritty now. And this is my favorite section.
We don't need Diablo, though.
No, I'm gonna tell you. We'll get to that. I have my thoughts, but this here gets my favorite section, the Hogs. Right, the Hogs is where my favorite section comes.
Yeah, buddy.
And if anybody was a running back or anything, you always love to see that O lineman, and love to see you got good O lineman. Now for tackles, right? Yeah. The first one you got right there is interesting.
We ain't getting him.
I know, bro. But he's bro. Hey, I love him. I like him. Big Mike is nice. Jonah Williams is nice. You might be able to get Jonah Williams a little cheaper.
That would be a good one.
Jonah Williams not bad.
I agree.
Mekhi Becton is trash.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know why he got so high in the list. I would actually take
he's kind of booty
over him for sure.
Never in a million years would Trent Brown bring his big fat ass back over here.
Nope.
He will never come back.
No.
Nah. Donovan Smith? No. So it's
that guy.
You re-sign a Luminor? Is that what everybody do? I would swing for Jonah Williams. I would. I'm not even gonna cap.
I could see us swinging for a lineman in the draft, a lineman or two. I mean, I like what we have with Colton Miller. I mean, he's been a stalwart on that offensive line. I like what we have with Parham. I mean, he's a decent enough guy. And Thayer Mumford, I was really impressed with how he performed as a swing tackle, especially when he was covering that left side when Colton Miller went down. Like, I was very pleased with his production when he saw the field. So we do have some guys, but center is a bit of a question. Maybe that other offensive guard position is a question. So I wouldn't be mad if I'm looking at us maybe possibly looking for another interior guy in the draft, and maybe another tackle to be that.
Yeah, because to me, I don't think anybody's giving Thayer Mumford any consideration to start. Like, they're not giving him any.
I just brought him up.
I know, me too, because I think he should get that consideration based on the play, right? Like, he played so well in the spots that he was in last year. Like, you know, and I think that when he started playing, I think our run game even got a little bit better. That's just me. You know what I mean? I think the run game got a little bit better when he started to get in there and get nasty. So, I mean, I would swing for Jonah Williams. Definitely could re-sign Jermaine Illuminor as well. Or if what Rick says right here comes to possibility, if you bring in Fields, then drafting a tackle in the first round ain't nothing to me. I'll do it for sure.
I'm good with that.
I'll do it for sure.
Bro, I'll take a tackle in the first round in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Sorry, was that if we went out and acquired Justin Fields?
We go get Fields.
Yeah, if you acquire Justin Fields, you be free up in the first round to then get offensive tackle, offensive line help instead of trying to move up for a quarterback now.
Hey, but I got a question for you. What if we move up and get Marvin Harrison?
Why? Why the fuck would you do that? Bro, you know how mad I would be, Turf. You know how like, I'd be so angry.
Devontae has 3 years left.
I don't want to hear all that right now. I don't want to hear. We're not even going to talk about that until next year. So we got to see how he performs this year.
You think it's going to be Tucker that's going to be our new number one, or Jacoby?
We got to see how he performs.
3 years. Devontae got 3 years max. I'm just saying.
That'd be the dumbest thing we've ever done.
That's what we're thinking, because I'm telling you right now, that dude is probably going to be the best receiver we're going to see for the next decade.
Since you said it, like, I'm just speaking out loud. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I like those two guys. Their ceiling isn't even close to Devontae Adams. No way.
Who?
No.
You said you were mentioning with Jacoby Myers and Tucker.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is we have a chance to get a Hall of Famers kid in here that might be better than the Hall of Famer. Which is very rare. And look,
what John's saying right here is true. Okay. And I thought this even before Raheem got to Atlanta. I've been saying this.
Yeah,
they like Justin Fields.
It's a problem. Yeah,
they like Justin Fields.
And he's from the area. They're going to take him.
I mean, even if they get him, it's still good for us. It's a win-win, bro. So we can still move up. Like, one less team that needs a quarterback. So,
you just lied. No. I don't know. How? If they deal Justin Fields, they taking one. That means now we got to have number 2 pick. The Bears.
Oh, no, because I'm talking about Atlanta. That's one less team before us that needs a quarterback if they get Justin Fields. Because they're at 8. We're at 13.
Well, what I'm trying to say is
the Bears will take one. Yeah, the Bears will take one.
And what I'm telling you is, if that's the case, Justin Fields is getting picked. I mean, Williams first. Who's going to be? Where do we go?
Which we know. You know, Drake May second. Okay. And then
I don't agree with that.
You can disagree. You can whatever you want to do.
I think Daniels is second before Drake May. I think Daniels comes
to you. To you.
No. To everybody.
The Raider Room, shout out to you. White didn't have back-to-back 100-yard games, but he did have 2 out of the 4 games he started. No, it wasn't back-to-back, but I'm going to be honest with you. The Raiders hold Zamir in Indianapolis because they definitely should have been giving him the ball more, and he should have had over 100 yards in Indianapolis. So that's on the coaching staff.
I agree. Well,
at the very least, he showed people, including myself, who allow critiques with Zamir White, that he is capable. He is a capable guy to be the guy if say, we move forward with him. But am I willing to bank that he's the guy, like I said, that I'm willing to run, right off into the sunset and say, yes, you're our number 1 option, and then we'll build the running back room around you? No, absolutely
not as of right now. But if we did, I'd see him running for 1,000 yards. I mean, we seeing dudes like James Conner and all that running for 1,000 yards. Rick, please, man, this man right here, Turf, refuses to believe it. He refuses.
Y'all gonna see. He's the Trubisky of the draft. You heard it from me.
I don't understand, man. Now here's where it gets.
What you understand is the statistics are on my side. That's what you should understand. I'm just saying that's what you should understand.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
If you don't know what you should understand, I'm telling you what you should understand. The statistics tell you that Drake May will not be in. He's a sophomore. He's coming out early. He's not gonna be in.
We gonna see. We definitely gonna see. But this list right here is where it gets nasty.
I just want to make sure I understand because I keep calling him a certain person. Where's Trubisky at right now?
The Steelers.
Is he starting? Oh no, it's like the fourth dude that Rudolph. Oh, Trubisky. Okay, I'm just
Trubisky with the Steelers.
Making that out there.
He with the Steelers.
Out there.
Guards is where it gets sticky, right? This is really what we need.
And center, right?
And
I'm of a firm believer that I think they're going to move Dylan Parham to center.
This list is including centers, though, because I see Adam James there, right?
Yeah, it is including centers, yeah. But I think they're going to move Dylan Parham to center, so I really think we're looking for guards.
We don't want him anyway.
Well, to my point, that's why I said what I said before. I see us drafting interior with the next class. With
Jonah Jackson is interesting.
There goes my son. Anyways.
He's not understanding what I mean by Trubisky. Nobody wants Trubisky, bro.
Nah.
What I'm saying is Drake May will be the Trubisky of that draft. Which is nobody wants Trubisky.
Andre James, definitely, I think we can let go. Zeitler, I like Kevin Zeitler. I do. I don't think he's bad. Cleveland is all right. Ezra Cleveland is all right.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Jordan Meredith?
It's all right.
Yeah, when he got in this year, it wasn't nothing special.
Right.
It wasn't nothing special. What about your boy AR? You like Grasu?
Fronis Grasu?
Yeah.
I'm not shaking my head and saying no. I'm just saying none of these people like give me the.
I'm with you, man. Like they're all right, but they're not like
they don't move the needle.
Dylan Parham, I'm willing to move forward with. Thayer Mumford is a piece I see being around our roster for a little while, and Colton Miller being the stalwart for the offensive line. Speaking of which, how long has he got left on contract?
He ain't going nowhere. But I know he got like he got a couple more years.
Right.
Yeah.
But back to what you were asking me, those names, Grasu and Meredith, they're all right as depth pieces who can fight it out and prove to be more than what I think they are, then cool. But like as a guy we're gonna sign and say, yes, you're the guy to start until we see.
No, I like this right here. I don't mean my bad on cutting you off. I forgot to, but yeah, this move Miller to right tackle. Ooh, I like that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The reason why I like that because Mumford produced.
I have to get sold a little bit more, man. I'd have to get sold a little bit more.
If Mumford can hold.
Yeah, I ain't all the way there. I agree on this. Myers definitely ain't no number one yet.
Miller's been the productive veteran. I don't see it as being the right move as moving him from a position that he's made his own since we drafted him. I mean, yes, Mumford did a very good job, exceeded my expectation when he was plugged in to start at left tackle. But ideally, we don't even know if Miller can play right tackle and produce at the elite level. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
I agree. I definitely agree. Now, this is the list right here now. This is the list right here that means everything. All right, that shit means everything. Because this will unlock our defense from number 6 into the top 5 range.
Killer.
All right.
Killer.
Obviously, the first name here, no joke, right? That's immediate. I think if we could do that right there, that would work wonders. Now, the only knock, we got to bring up the negatives that come with this, is that he's going to be 30, right? He's going to be 30 versus the next 2 dudes on this list, and I'm very high on number 3. But the next 2 dudes on this list are 25, right? So they at least got 5 more years or 6 more years of good football until you reach the 30-year-old range. So where y'all looking on this list?
Can I just address a comment real quick before we go to that?
Yeah,
list?
bring it up.
There's a comment there by Rick L saying Mumford's pass, and salute to you, Rick, saying Mumford's pass protection is still weak. Well, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't his first start against the Chargers at left tackle, and for the most part, he was still stonewalling one-on-one Khalil Mack, who's had a very productive year last year.
Yes.
So, just saying.
You're right.
Remember the first game? Remember the first game Khalil Mack played against us last season, and he tore us to pieces when we tried to have Illumina blocking him one-on-one, and that was a calamity. And then the second time we had a tackle protecting our quarterback one-on-one was that demolition against the Chargers. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Mumford, and Khalil Mack didn't get a sack.
No, you're correct.
No,
you're correct.
No, he didn't. Yeah, Chris Jones. If we can pull that off, like I said, he is 30, so keep that in mind about how much money he wants and how much you're gonna have to pay him. But yes, now, hey, look here. Now, I've been talking about this dude for like a month in the chat, bro. Matabike, I'm telling you right now, if you watch the playoff games and you watch number 92, you won't immediately be like, yeah, bro, bring him here.
I love it.
He is hard, bro. But he just made the Pro Bowl. You gonna have to pay him. That's the thing. Like most of these dudes, you gonna have to pay, especially the top three. Oh, the top three, you gonna have to shell out some big bread.
Right?
Is Kinlaw a free agent? I swear he was.
He is. He's underwhelming.
Yesterday. I feel like yesterday he was drafted.
I know, but you see how many D linemen San Francisco get? They just rotate him in and out.
Right, but isn't this would be his 4th year under contract? Correct.
I don't know what he is.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Oh, anyway. Danico? Yeah, I would bring back Danico Autry. I would.
100%. 100%.
Him and Adam Butler would be nice. But we do have to remember this, y'all, that we're going to probably lose big boy John Jenkins this offseason. He's like damn near 36, right? So
he's getting older.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna have long in the tooth. We're gonna have to let that go. So either you gonna draft a big boy, which for me, I like that Tavondre Sweat from Texas. That's a big boy right there. If y'all get a chance to look at him, I like him. Or if not, anybody on this list that you think can take over the run stopping thing, because John Jenkins was our run stopper.
Well, the only
I like Grover Stewart.
What do people think about too old? I think he's talking about Chris because he's in his 30s. I don't agree. But I mean, hey, tell me what y'all think.
The knock on D tackles is once they get to their 30s, after that they don't really produce.
Right.
Yeah, that's the knock. So if that's the case, right, it's like, I don't know. And Raider Room, I agree that Myers was their number one receiver, but we're looking at it in the aspect of he's not a number one. Like, because when Devontae's a number one. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain dudes you look at as a number one. You look at the situation of Antonio Brown, Juju Smith. That's how I look at it. Like, Antonio Brown was the clear number one, right? And then when Juju's supposed to be the dude, he ain't doing what he used to be doing, right? That's because you're getting all the attention. And I don't think Jacoby's the guy to do that yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Mumford had a good game. But he has admitted that he needs. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. He struggles with guys that are a little quick and have bend. I'll give him that. So he needs to work on that. But for the run game, bro, he was a tremendous help. Tremendous.
Right. But just touching up on that too, like, and I've said this spiel quite a few times, like in regards to Mumford. Like for me, he showed more potential and more production as a tackle than in his first 2 years, and guys we've drafted a hell of a lot higher in their first 2 years. I'm looking even at Miller, like his first 2 years, like his first year struggled. Granted, he was injured. His second year he started to trend upwards, but he still had a bit to work on. Like I'm looking at guys like Alex Leatherwood. Look how that turned out. We drafted him in the first round. He flamed out after 1 year. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at even like Brendan Parker. We drafted him third round. Like, he wasn't quite there at the level I believe Mumford has been at in his second year, and this is a guy we drafted in the 7th round. So he's only trending upwards. Like this is only his 3rd season, and if he keeps trending upwards the way he's doing, then I think he has a long future with us on that offensive line.
Yeah, so definitely them top 5 dudes that you got right there, Turf. I agree with you, AR, that he can be. I think Thayer can be a mainstay. But when we talk about these DTs right here, top 5 dudes, DJ Reader. I mean Leonard Williams. I think all of us been talking about getting Leonard Williams for like the longest goddamn time.
Right.
So does it finally happen? Maybe, but how much money does he want? Question mark, right? And he's over 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
2 and 3, man. Like that's where I'm at. I'm at 2 and 3. Start the youth movement, get it cracking.
I'll take Leonard Williams too. Are you kidding me? I'll take Leonard Williams. It was just no, he ain't going nowhere.
No, true.
He ain't going nowhere.
I just hope with defensive tackle we find a guy that solidifies that role and is a guy that we move forward with in the future. I mean, is Tyree Wilson that guy? I don't know. Like, I mean, granted, he was producing a little bit better when we moved him from end to tackle, but it's still, we don't have a guy which is like, say, Max Crosby on the defensive end side. Like, he's our guy, and we're building around him. Malcolm Kuntz is the secondary piece, but like on the interior, there's guys who produce and did okay, but not yet sold on being the guy we can ride off into the future with. So hopefully we can find that next season.
I agree. And what this comment says is very, very true. And we've been saying it for a minute. Like, this draft got a lot of O-line talent. I think we said it like yesterday and the day before. Like,
a lot.
We're talking about all these quarterbacks and all these skill positions going, and there are at least 3 tackles in the first round that deserve to go in the first round. Like, you know what I mean? And they're going to get pushed down the board because of all this skill positions and all the quarterbacks. Right. So, who knows what's going to be available in the draft in the second round, damn near. You know what I mean? So whoever gets pushed out.
Right. But you can find interior, say, round 2, round 3 plus. I mean, we've done that in the past with guys like Parham, with guys like, Gabe Jackson, Stefan Wisniewski, you know what I mean? They weren't first round guys. Jared Valdir wasn't a first round guy. Well, apparently he was a tackle. But like, it's very feasible to find like guys that we can move towards the future and have a big part of our offensive line and be a starter and a good starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to look there in the first round. Like, we can find that second round and beyond.
And see, but this is where it gets sticky, right? Because see, this show right here, man, we go through it all. We go through the draft.
No stone unturned.
We go through Telesco's draft history, right? So we talking about guards. He's not really the best at drafting guards, though. So that's the thing. Like, we went through his draft history. He drafts good tackles, right? Like, he gets it right at the tackle position. But when it comes to guards, like, his track history ain't been the best. So hopefully, and this is what we need. So hopefully, he can have some of Champ's people, if Champ is still in the building, understand, like, all right, bro, we need to get a guard. And there's so much talent in this draft that we'll be able to do it. Now, the edges, I've changed my tune on this, right? Because of the emergence of Malcolm Kuntz. So now you say, how much do we really need some of the guys on this list?
Not really. I mean, it'd be nice. It would be nice.
It'd be nice.
Is it a necessary move, especially with those higher caliber guys? I mean, I don't see them coming over for a cheaper deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to want like a reasonable bag. So, as nice as they may be and as productive as they may be, like, the emergence of Malcolm Kuntz, I think, nullifies that. And the fact that we still got him on his rookie contract, I'd only be looking at like depth guys and trying to find a way to sign Malcolm Kuntz, re-sign him for a longer term. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if he keeps trending upwards and plays as good as he did for the last half of last season, if not better, then his price tag's only going to get higher once next season is done.
I agree. Where you at, Turk? Because honestly, like, you can cross the first 2 off the list immediately. Like, we're not paying that bridge. Like, that's over.
Well, that's a name you don't have there. Is he going to be a free agent, Khalil Mack?
Nah, he ain't a free agent. You got to trade for him.
No. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, Telesco has relationships. Maybe we can figure something out. There's been a lot of talk with that, but that is what I have to say about this stuff. There's relationships are involved, gentlemen. That these are things that happen at lunchtime. We're not privy to. We're not privy to this.
Yeah, so this list right here.
Yeah, that's how things happen when you're like, how'd they make it? We're not privy to it. We're not privy to it. So
I think this list right here, we can pretty much move on knowing the fact that we're not really going to be spending a lot of money in this department, thankfully.
Can I just have one last take on that edge room?
Oh, yeah.
And it's not even anyone on that list. It's because I brought him up. Like, I'm usually not one for bringing older guys into the room who are on the tail end of their career, even if they were productive before that. Much like the Chandler Jones situation, I don't want to see that again. However, Khalil Mack, if he was hitting free agency and he was willing to come back on a reasonable deal, not asking for the house like he's had done, and rightfully so because he earned those contracts, I would gladly make the exception for him.
Oh, immediately. No question, AR. Like, if there was a chance to secure this man, and you can still keep Kuntz, you can still keep Wilson and all. Oh yeah, bro. No question.
It's likely not going to happen, but for me, and I've said it a few times, it's 1A, 1B for the greatest rated players on the defensive side of the ball for the last 23 years. That's Charles Woodson and Khalil Mack.
If we did
I'd even take Khalil Mack at his best over Crosby. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion at the moment, but that's just me. But a guy like Mack, I remember the days
bro. Mack,
if he was at his best. He was a one-man wrecking ball, one-man gang. A closer.
Khalil and Max would be something to deal with, bro. Something to deal with. It'll be nasty. You know what I mean?
Just throwing it out there. Anyway, sorry guys.
Oh no.
Bro, absolutely. Are you
because these are things we got to talk about. Because when we get to the corner position, there's a scenario that we got to talk about there. But we're here, right? There's only, and it's much appreciated. There's only one name on this list that intrigues me, bro. Like, and that's Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen would be a immediate upgrade over Divine Diablo. Immediate. I'm not a Diablo fan. Where are you at?
He's the guy we should have drafted instead of drafting that idiot Arnett, right? Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying, man. We just completely disregard most of these things, man. Like, we could have been had this, but from where he started to where he is now, I think he'd be the perfect guy opposite of Spillane, right? Like he kind of complements Spillane's skill set. This is a guy that can we get that sideline to sideline type of guy, right? And then you gonna see him in this goddamn playoff game this Sunday. This man gonna fly. Number 6 flies around. Patrick Queen flies around. So he'd be a guy like Jordan Brooks is sneaky. Right, number 3 is very, very sneaky. That's the Seattle guy, right? He's sneaky. I've watched him a couple times. He's not bad. I think he'd be an upgrade over Diablo as well. Luvu is interesting. I don't know. He's interesting.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of objectivity, Turf. Sorry, rundown. I actually liked what Diablo did for his third year in the league, being that he was another project pick safety. We're trying to turn the linebacker, which usually doesn't pan out. But for me, I thought he had he took that third year leap and was quite good alongside with Spillane, being the linebacker duo. While I don't love him, you know what I mean. Like, he's not like he's not the best at his position. I think he's still a good, solid player. But if we bring in one of these guys to compete for the starting role because they can produce better, then cool. You know what I mean?
That's what I think it is. I just think that these guys will produce better. Also, I think they're stronger in the run game, where I think Diablo he lacks. Right, he lacks. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I want Queen, bro. I want Queen.
Diablo lacks.
I want Queen.
I want Patrick Queen. I'm telling you, Jordan Brooks is a good name. That's a very good name on here. I'm surprised you got Devin White as low as you do.
I want Queen. I don't know where that came from. I want Queen.
I'm surprised.
David and Wagner are two guys who are a bit long in the tooth, right?
Yeah, Wagner's long.
Levante David, he's been around for a while. Like, granted, he was one of the better inside linebackers for the longest time, but
he had a good damn year though.
I'm just going back to remember when we signed KJ Wright. We were all pretty excited.
Man. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting those kind of vibes from those.
Yeah, nah, I'm cool off that. Willie Gay, I'm cool off that. True Tranquil, I'm cool off that. Al Shahir, I thought would be better. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Aziz would be a little better than he is.
Right.
But Patrick, yeah, for sure. The apple of the whole thing is Patrick Queen. Jordan Brooks would be a sneaky guy that I wouldn't mind either. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind him.
Right.
So as we move on, right, here it gets crazy. And I do want to put this out there before we look at this list. Jair Alexander might be available for trade, right? He might be available for a trade. So think about that as an option. But obviously number one for me is dog mentality, bro. You get number one with Jack Jones, it's a wrap.
Right.
It's a wrap.
We have three dogs in that defensive back, specifically cornerback room, in my opinion, in Jack Jones being number one. Nate Hobbs, I like at slot, and Amik, I like as that fourth, that dime guy or nickel guy or can't cover and make plays. You know what I mean? But
and he would be
outside
perfect.
guy is a bit of a question mark. I mean, we were banking that it'd be Corey Bennett. I mean, granted, he's only had 1 year and he was just a rookie. But are we gonna bank on him to take that second year leap and be the guy, or are we gonna look out?
I take the swing at these dudes, but if I can't land them, you see what you can do.
On to the next.
Yeah, you see what you can do. Now the coaches we just hired, them DB coaches are good coaches, so maybe they can get some things out of them. Now I see L'Jarius Sneed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Before this year, I would have said hell no, but watching him this year, bro. He's not bad. Right. Sneed ain't bad.
Nah, Sneed. I take him.
He's not bad.
I take him in a heartbeat. I mean, you can never have enough corners.
No.
Can we all agree? Are we all in agreement that Jack Jones has shown enough to give us faith that he is that dude? I've been told
Turp he's made plays that a number one corner makes. He don't just make like regular plays, you know what I mean? He makes number one corner plays.
And the other good thing is that Antonio Pierce is back to be the head coach, and I think that's a lot to do with his success. Is he's the best guy to keep Jack Jones in check, because that's the only thing that derailed his career up until then was off the field attitude and issues, whatever they may be. But with Antonio Pierce there, I think he's got the best chance to thrive, and he already showed that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think he's going to be that dude.
Yeah, for sure. Now, from this list, I tend to stay away from the guys who are shorter on this list because we have too many goddamn short corners. That's always been my critique, bro. Like, we need some guys on the outside with some length. So Jalen Johnson's good. Sneed, good. Gilmore intrigues, but the way he got fucking toasted this last game, I don't know about that.
There's a number two option. There's a number two option.
Number two is Sneed.
Or Gilmore.
Yeah, Gilmore.
Like, not having to be that number one. Like, if we got Jack Jones there, would you?
Oh, as a number two, I don't know, because he got even this year. Like he did some good things. I'm just saying that last game he played was bad. Like they toasted his ass. I don't know what was going on that. But he is a little long in the tooth though. So think about that. Appreciate it, man. Hey, I told everybody yesterday, man, like everything they donate going straight to new equipment. They see how it's getting upgraded slowly but surely, baby. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. So it's much love, man. Y'all helping the kid out, man. And when the channel get big, when it get on, guaranteed. We're going to have giveaways, all that. Oh, we got a little, I might have gave something away a little bit, but it is what it is.
That's all good, boss.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. So this list right here, only a couple names that we look at. Now, safeties, we don't really got to look at safeties, honestly. If we're going to be honest, the safety position is shown up for us. Trayvon Merrick is trending the way he's supposed to trend. Marcus Epps was damn near one of the best defensive signings if Robert Spillane wasn't, a factor. So I think we're good. But if Anton Winfield, right? If he is a dude, bro. He's a dude, bro. Anton Winfield's a dude. So is Xavier McKinney. I'm not gonna lie, they're dudes, but we just don't need them. We don't need them. These are guys that I think we're good off of. We're gonna re-sign Palomau. Marcus
Right.
Epps was, a good guy. I think
These are
we're good.
safeties. Yeah, these are safeties, man. We good.
Yeah, we're good. So,
Yeah, we good.
I mean, that concludes our free agent frenzy,
Hey.
right? We just gave you. We went through it all, man. We went through it all. So,
Bro, 2 hours, 17 minutes.
shout out to the chat, man.
TRS in the building.
We have about 57 people in the building, man. Make sure you guys are hitting the like, hitting the subscribe button, man. It's much love,
baby.
man. Give love to everybody on the panel, man. I told you, man. Once the GM is hired, it's on the business. Now, look, I'm going to announce it now, and everybody go ahead and get ready because next Thursday, a mock draft is coming. A mock draft is coming. All right, we have signed. We promised it. All right, we've signed the player. We've signed the GM. We've signed the coach. Okay, the offensive coordinator should be here by the time Turf and Rundown come at you next Thursday. Offensive coordinator signed. With that being said, mock draft we're on.
Boom.
So next week, mark your calendars, man. That mock draft coming to y'all. We're gonna do it live, but we're gonna do it together. So everybody in the chat, we all get the
100%.
input before the pick, right?
100%.
So we're all gonna talk about it, see what we can do. Maybe we trade up, maybe we don't. So it's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one.
It will be. Yeah.
So AR, man, go ahead, man. It's been a minute since we seen you, dog. Go ahead, bro. Like,
dude,
tell the people where you got. We got some new people
man.
in here, man. Tell people where they can find you.
I appreciate you, Rundown. Thank you for having me on the panel as well as you, Ultimate. It's always a pleasure. Everybody in the chat, I see you all. Salute to you, my American brothers and sisters, and see some Australians in here as well. So appreciate you guys. You can find me. My channel's right there, Afakazi Raider. Just type that into YouTube, or if you struggle to find it that way, just type in Raiders World Order. You'll find me. I do my shows with my guys. I shout out to On Six and Raider Joe. We do it Tuesday, Monday afternoon for you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to think about it because my time difference.
Australia.
Yeah, we usually do our lives Monday evening. We're working things out behind the scenes with my guys here who also want to do some live stuff. So, yeah, I mean, you can. That's how you can find me. Appreciate all the support. Just another YouTube creator trying to just find his way in this game. So, any support, very much appreciated. So. Thank you very much, guys. You guys have a good day. I'm going to carry on with mine. So,
man, you have a good day, man. Be safe out there, brother.
All right. Raiders. All right. Let's go.
Raiders. Yeah.
Man. Another classic. Classic. So if you want to show the people, man, what you got on, if they haven't seen it already, look. Real quick before everybody get off the live, man. People that's been with us from day one, man. This man texted me early this morning and said, "Hey, man, I got something I got to show you. I got something I got to show you. You ain't gonna believe it." I said, "What is it?" And he sends me a picture of this right here. All right, he sends me a picture of this right here. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. I need me one. One needs to go ahead and come to my address.
Yeah, buddy. Start from London, baby.
We look. Apparently, merch is now starting. So look now, we're gonna get something set up for y'all. All right, and when a certain goal is reached, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna go ahead and give out a giveaway of the Turf and Rundown shirt. We don't give a damn what you do with the shirt. You can use it for cleaning, whatever you want to do.
Exactly. This official, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna let y'all know, man. I put that out there for a reason. Everybody knows I'm the Ultimate Raider fan. Rundown special, man. Rundown special, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
It's special, man. Real talk. I want y'all to know something. I'm of age. The man special. The man special. You didn't hear me say boy, young boy, kid. No. The man is special. We need to treat him that way. I treat him that way.
This is my dog, man. This is my dog. And we appreciate everybody that's up in here, man.
I just want y'all to know that. We
appreciate everybody.
The Raiders Syndicate.
Most definitely, bro. And remember, right? The weekend here, so you know you guys is coming with some shows for you. All right.
Yeah.
So y'all go ahead. Make sure you keep your notifications on because you know we be giving them impromptu lives during the weekend, whatever we want to do, right? And on Monday, remember, that Syndicate Monday be coming to y'all, man. So make sure y'all make sure you keep the notifications on. For real, we appreciate y'all, Rick. We appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you guys are tapping on all them buttons, right? Y'all already know what I say. You know, y'all keep it cool, and y'all know we keep it authentic on the Turf and Rundown. Yo, bro, I want to make sure everybody. I just want to give out a quick shout out to everybody though, real quick though, that does help us with the show. Y'all amazing, bro. For real, y'all amazing. Once again, make sure y'all hit all them buttons, and we gonna see y'all next time, man. Next Thursday. Make sure y'all stay tuned.